I love the people, man.
I love the people too. Are we rolling?
Are we on the air?
Are we on the air?
Apparently the people love us too. I was
Who
looking
are you,
at the
sir?
comments.
What's your name, sir?
Jeremy Hecht.
Hey, Jeremy, how are you, man? You're my N-word, man. How you feeling, brother? You feeling
You
good? How
know
you
what?
recovered, man?
I've recovered. It's been a long week. I've taken time. I've reflected.
Jeremy has never claimed to be the nigga.
I have never said that out loud.
Ever.
Or in my head.
Ever.
Or in my head. Or in my head. I said or in my head. Hold on.
What'd he say?
I was just clear.
What happened? I missed it.
I never said it in my head too.
Give me the guy.
Just say no.
What did he say? What did he say? I missed
or
it.
in my head. Oh,
I need headphones.
Just because I
Wait, time out.
hesitated.
Production. What did he say? I missed it.
Okay, so I said.
Nah, nigga. No. Steve, come over here. You got to hear this shit. Look.
Nigga done started something.
Okay.
Jeremy Hecht.
Okay, can we run that back? So you said.
That's all I'm. Hey,
I think Hed's about to quit. DJ Hed was
where's
only
Jared
here.
at? I've been here 17 episodes just for this.
I've scrubbed all history of certain words from my head, and I think I've.
What about from your timeline? You take all the niggas off there?
No, you know what's crazy? Okay, so I did search the word.
I bet the
on
fuck
my
you
timeline
did.
just to make sure. Just to make sure there was none found. Okay,
Right.
there's none found. So I didn't have to
did
scrub
too.
anything.
I looked on your shit, dude.
Did you? You didn't find
Nah, I
anything?
didn't look. I don't give a fuck. But I is, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, the more visibility you get, you got to check your shit just to
Gotta
make sure.
check it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You are DJ Hed.
Yeah, I'm DJ Hed.
Victorious one.
You see what he did there? He wanted you not to go last today.
Oh,
Look
was
at that. Look at the
intentional?
grace I
Look,
serve
he did
you,
a little
man.
flip.
That was intentional. So you allowed me to come in from the field and join you.
Oh, that sounds plausible, but I don't know.
That was a slave joke.
Wait, come in for the field and do what? Have some little grub?
Crazy way to start this episode.
Well, yeah, because
We
Jeremy's
got some
here.
extra chicken bones over here for
Yeah,
you,
Jeremy's
brother.
here, and so you allowed me to come in the house and join you.
You can't have the breast of the wing, but the back of the chicken you can have. You know, it's available for you right there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Welcome to the bed. That's Elliott Wilson. If you don't, I mean, you probably already know that because, you know, he lets you know it's 2 T's.
2 T's with me, man.
2 T's. Is there ever?
We're the bigger picture.
We are the bigger picture.
It's
Is there
like-
ever,
we're not
anyone-
nominated for shit yet, but we're the bigger picture.
Oh, you feel away about that?
Nah, I ain't gonna. I'm gonna behave. Everybody said I'm gonna go crazy.
What?
BET announced a little
I gonna lie.
best hip hop platforms and all that.
When the BET shit came out, I was like, we're now counting down the minutes for Elliott Wilson crash out.
What did you say last week? You
Fuck
said
BET. Like what?
You said take 2 days. Take 2 days. Calm down. Breathe.
Yeah.
Where's Stephen Hill? Bring Stephen Hill back.
I was
Get
waiting
some
for
justice.
it. I was waiting for it.
Nah,
I think
I'm not
next
doing
year.
that.
Next year, I'm gonna
Yeah,
manifest
we're new.
this
We're
for
new.
us,
We're building. This is
We're only
episode.
17 episodes in.
Yeah, this is new. We're building new, beautiful things. So I afforded the grace. Great to see your colleague, Mr. Boule Kev, who says the N-word in his head, admitted it first. He's nominated. Congrats.
I
They
think
didn't
we have to-
disqualify him for that.
You probably have to say the N-word in your head to get nominated for a BET award.
So can
Jeremy,
we,
you wanna
can we
make
not?
that?
So this is on me now.
Well,
I'm the reason
You're the
didn't-
reason we're not getting nominated.
So I have to say that word more in my head for
Yes,
next
the
year.
N-word gotta be flying around in your head, and then we get nominated for a BET Hip Hop Award.
Wow. So it's basically just taking one for the team.
I mean, no, it's not taking one for the team.
No, on my end if I
No,
do
it's
that.
not.
How is it not? Okay.
And shout out to new nominees in the landscape. I saw
Gay P.
Gay P on the radar. Like good to see people,
Mhm.
new voices, new platforms. That's our goal next year to be part of it. HipHopDX unfortunately wasn't recognized like they usually are. We want to change that. We want the bigger picture to be recognized. I hope Elliott Wilson's experience gets recognized. Effective immediately. Like we're doing a lot of things, man. So we're ready.
The thing
See you
is,
next year.
Yes. The thing is, Carisha is not going to be in contention anymore to steal the award like she has the last few
No,
years.
Carisha back with a few. She was asking Rick Ross some tough questions. She was getting to it.
She was doing
Carisha
some
was getting
journalism.
to it.
I'm not, and this is
Carisha
not a
got
shot at
to
Carisha.
it. Officer Ricky, she got to it, man.
But
Nah,
I'm
shout
just
Rick.
saying the funds that were used potentially to help fund the show to get it to where it was
Okay,
may
Jeremy
no
Hecht.
longer be there.
That's how you
Okay,
feel,
Jeremy
Jeremy?
Hecht.
That's how you
Jeremy
feel?
Hecht is cooking right now.
That's how Jeremy feels?
What you mean by, okay, hold on.
What?
Listen, King.
Yeah. So we can start.
What you mean by the funds for Carisha aren't necessarily there? What do you mean by that?
So Carisha, Young Miami, was in a public relationship of sorts with a certain someone who had a lot of money and power, maybe not the third word of respect, but money and power.
Mm-hmm.
And I think influence, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And so for her to burst out on the scene, I think
I like
she
the
had
word
some
that you
backing.
used there. Okay.
Yeah, she had some backing. And I think now that the backing's gone, certain luxuries that were afforded to certain people may not be in existence.
That's an
the same way.
interesting take there, Jeremy Hecht. I like how you
See,
wiggle.
maybe Jeremy
I
is
like how
the-
you wiggle through that.
Maybe
You
with-
like how I made it through that?
you-
I slid through
you
there.
slid through there with all
Extra
of the oil.
baby oil. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Oh
been,
Lord,
it's been a
like-
crazy week for
Well,
baby oil.
Lord.
Do you think that sales are up or down in baby oil now?
Jeremy Hecht is crazy.
You want to start there? Or we want to
About the 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Well, I mean, not
I'm just
necessarily
drinking my water.
the baby oil per se, but
Well, here's my problem with here's my actual problem with. You want to get serious? Or you want to joke? What do you want to do? How
let's
you
get
want
the
to start?
jokes off first, and then let's go
Let's get the
serious.
jokes.
Yeah.
Jeremy's like, yeah, let's get to the bullshit.
Yeah.
So much of what we're seeing on the timeline has nothing to do with the actual case that this guy's currently in jail right now in MDC Brooklyn. Had to get up 6 a.m. this morning and mop his cell. Like the jokes are the jokes. But
Wait. What?
Puff Daddy, Sean Combs is in MDC Brooklyn, a detention house, a federal, a place that they hold you while you wait trial.
Mm-hmm.
It has a bad reputation as not being the most lovely place to lay your head. And now he's in the system, so he had to get up this morning at 6 a.m., clean his, make his bed, mop the floor, clean his cell. Then he gets his meals like it's almost like school lunches. You get your breakfast, your lunch. You get extra money. You could buy socks and sneakers and radio. Like he's in prison. He literally is imprisoned already, right? If he was not granted the $50 million bond proposal that they sent out. So now he's incarcerated. He's currently incarcerated as he awaits trial. So
Denied bond.
Denied bond twice. Denied bond first, just the $50 million, how it was packaged. Then they offered to limit visitors, especially women not allowed to visit him or monitoring that closely. Still was rejected. But here's the thing, just real quick. So the case that's now the federal case that they're after him is specifically about the freak offs, right? Which are they're saying
crazy that was used.
No, but that's what if you look at the indictment, the whole thing is just based on those events. They're painting a picture that it started with Cassie's case. Cassie's case had a part where she talked about freak offs, which would be her and him getting a hotel and hiring male sex workers and other people to have group orgies, basically.
Yeah.
And she was involved with that, and she would book the people at times and things of that nature. So out of that was part of her lawsuit. The federal government's built this whole case around these freak-off events that Puff's had, allegedly, with people, and painting a picture that women were coerced and taken advantage of and abused in this, and male workers and everybody. And that's where you get charges of racketeering and charges of sex trafficking. So again, racketeering is involved when it comes down to his employees of his businesses. If they're involved with these sort of criminal activities, that's racketeering because they're not allowed. Businesses, it's a blurry line that you're using your power and your businesses, your platforms, as Head would say, to have this people working in your, so they say basically to paint a picture of employees supplying baby oil and these drugs and these type of things. Employees cleaning up the hotels at the aftermath of these events.
They said there was liquid IVs that they needed to use
liquid IVs after sex.
So...
Yeah, forcing long orgy sessions where people were not allowed to leave and things of that nature. So these are heinous crimes and heinous events. So a lot of the salacious shit you see on the timeline and celebrity stuff, it's not clear here that there's anything about other celebrities in any of these documents or what these cases are. It's more painting the picture of women who aren't really known women being taken advantage of, coerced, with the promises of, either money or fame or recognition, and Puffy literally caring for them, being met from other cities and transported. So if you're transported from one city to another and you paid for prostitution, that's in the rise of sex trafficking, which holds a very serious level of sentence, like I think 15 years at least is the minimum. So these are serious allegations that have nothing to do with all the celebrity jokes that are going on. Because look, those things may come to fruition, but those are things that we're not facing yet legally.
Yeah.
But the problem is that with such a blurry line right now, because the guy has 10 civil cases of people going after him for those type of things with money and Little Rod, like the producer and things like that, that people see that and they equate everything together. But I just want to draw the line that they're very distinctively different. And in this case, None of what he's most seriously charged right now has to do with other celebrities, other powerful people, at least as we know now. Now, they've made it very clear that also, to me, part of why they're treating him this way is that they are encouraging more information to come out. They want more information to come out. And I think that's part of the whole strategy of that. Also, if you look at the optics, one last thing, he clearly went to New York knowing he may have to turn himself in.
Yeah.
And before he was able to turn himself in, they apprehended him at the hotel. So, the optics are the optics.
But he did, we can get there in a second, but there were allegedly all of these tapes, right? So that's where people are like, okay, who else is involved? Not just hip hop, not just other rappers. Who else is involved to what degree?
But what they're saying with the tapes in this case is they're saying the tapes of these people, the individuals that they have had come forward. These women have come forward to the feds saying they're on these tapes with male sex workers and engaging in things that were like against their will at times and being held over them, that he will take advantage of them if they go speak to things and of that nature. Again, there's no clear record of any celebrities are involved in this. According to the documents, it may come to light, but as of now, we can't say that that's the same thing. And it's not, it's also, again, it's not at any of the homes. It's not at any of the houses. These were all orchestrated hotel situations that he was involved in. So,
what was your initial reaction?
Like my real one or the joke?
Joke and then real.
Yeah, you gotta do jokes in that real. We did jokes in that real.
Nah.
Get the baby all off and then, you know what I'm saying? Wipe that baby all off and then get to the real.
Baby oil actually, it's not good for that. But
that's the crazy part, right?
Yeah, it's not good for that. It throws off the women's pH.
You gotta have your pH balance.
You gotta, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, when I first saw like him getting arrested, I was like, damn. But the thing that I had two questions. Well, actually, I had one question, and it led to other questions, right? The first question I had was when they arrested him, it was like, well, not my question. I don't want to say this is gonna sound bad.
Okay.
I was like, what took so long? Not as opposed to like what took so long to get him or arrest him or whatever. But usually when the feds raid you, it's it. That's it.
Yeah, why was it? Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, oh, maybe they had a snag in the case. Maybe. So then the second question leading up to what I just saw recently was when they denied his bond, I saw a thread. I didn't read the full indictment, full transparency. I didn't need to read it. But when they denied his bond, it was like, they were basically saying that they didn't want him to start tampering with witnesses and intimidating, some of the witnesses. So then I started thinking to myself, like, well, is that what took so long to arrest him in the first place, or to have him turn himself in? Because when they raided the LA house, usually when the feds come, it's over.
Yeah.
They already have everything they need. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if people are familiar with Los Angeles, but in LA, when you get pulled over, if you get pulled over by the sheriffs, you straight. If you ain't got no warrants, no guns, or no drugs, you good. They just looking for guns, warrants, and drugs. You get pulled over by LAPD, they writing you a ticket, they pulling you out the car, interrogating your mama, all of that. But I looked at it the same way, right? When the police come or even when the state come, it's not really that big of a deal. Like what the Young Thug is going through, it's still serious, but it's like it's kind of a circus at this point, right?
Yeah.
When the federal government comes, that's an
it's
issue.
Over, yeah.
Well,
so I thought
the reputation is they don't lose.
So I was thinking, like, when they first came and raided the house, I'm like, yo, it's over for him. But then when they let him go and he was on the beach and he's walking around,
partying.
him and the homie was like exercising and shit. I'm like, oh, well, he's straight. So I literally thought, I mean, I'm sure most people shared the same sentiment. It was like, oh, they don't have anything.
Yeah.
But then they were like, no, it's stuff started slowly getting discovered. And then when they finally indicted him, I was like, damn, what took so long? Like, what was the snag in you guys' case?
So I think that they were building the case, and again, that's the tricky part. They claim that they got video from the houses of these hotel sex romps that show illegal activities.
Right, I get that.
So
but
the federal thing, as you said, like, because these are serious levels, the levels of RICO cases, racketeering, sex trafficking, high level cases, they're going to take as long as they can to feel like they've built the strongest thing they can, because they're known for having such an amazing conviction rate. Like, it's hard to beat them. Like, Irv Gotti beat the feds. It's very rare that people beat the feds when they build that thing. So it probably took longer than they even wanted to, but they clearly were trying to get whatever people who were on those tapes to corroborate, or people came forward that were part of these tapes. And that's the connection there. That's probably why that took so long. But there is that distinction that even though we see the optics of going in the house, none of these allegations have to do with anything going on in those houses yet. It's only about these hotel situations.
Can I answer your question with a potential conspiracy?
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh my God, with the Kendrick,
conspiracy, Jeremy.
No, nothing
that's
to do
really
with
all part of it.
Kendrick. No.
You have to have the humor.
Go ahead.
You have to have the humor. You have to have the facts, and you have to have the conspiracy. That's the internet.
Okay. So yeah, we'll hit all angles of the internet. Okay, so to answer your question, what took so long after the initial raid? Okay, so my theory is, and this is all alleged theory, I think this goes way beyond Diddy, and I think this goes way beyond just hip hop. And I think we're narrowing in, to your point, on celebrity right now. But I think this is far beyond just celebrity. So I think when they raid the house, right, they announced the tape thing publicly. But that was more of a threat than anything else. That was to me, we have evidence. If you were a part of this, here's some time to make some deals. The same thing that happened to that same guy on the island, we don't know names.
Epstein? Yep.
We don't know names. And there are names, and there are documented papers, and there are tapes. But we still don't have the names. And why? Because there were deals being made, because there was money involved, because there was power involved. This guy right here, that whose face is behind me, he was powerful, but he was not the most powerful person involved in this. And I think when they raided his house, that was a call. It was a bat signal to everybody else involved. Hey, if you got some shit, we need some money to take you off this list. We need some money to erase your tape, because there's no way the tapes are just these physical tapes.
So you saying that the feds are taking bribes to not indict or prosecute people?
No, I did not say that.
I know you didn't say that. I'm asking, are you saying that?
No, I'm saying that I don't know who the deals are between. I don't know if it's government deals. I don't know if it's deals between his party and other parties. I don't know if it's deals between heads of companies and each other. Like, I'm just saying that there's more powerful people involved.
I agree with you, and I'll share something with you when we're off air. However,
the bigger picture. Every episode.
I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I mean neither.
But
you're saying that explains the delay, is what you're saying.
That's my
time delay. He's answering your time delay question, if that's what's going on.
But what you said, okay, that you were gonna, but then also you said you had another.
Yeah, and then else off.
Okay.
Well, here's the other part. Do you think that they should have given him bond, $50 million? He clearly went through all these. It's a huge bond. He did all the proper steps of selling the home, doing all these type of things, but then it comes down to two issues, right? It's like. What you said earlier, like the whole, is he a flight risk? Is he going to flee? Is he's going to go to Bali or someplace, right? So you worry about that. Bali? Huh? Russell Simmons is currently in Bali.
Why is he in Bali?
And the accusations is that he did that to get away from, it's all alleged because he does not have federal charges, but that some behavior he may have engaged in would come with consequences. So he relocated there early before anything came.
So he's still in Bali right now?
He's chilling. He has like a massage.
It seems like he is.
Like a yoga center or something?
I think at times, allegedly, he still will come to the States at times, but maintaining more of a low profile in the States and making that more of his main residence. So again, somebody as rich as Puffy, yes, the implication is this guy just going to run away and go somewhere? Like DJ Vlad's like he should go to Russia. And it's just like, okay. Well, but then the other part is what you said earlier, Vlad, your favorite. The other part is the point of obstruction of justice, which is what we talked about. Witness and tampering, threatening witnesses, right? Being aggressive that way. So what ties in with the civil is that the latest civil lawsuit against him comes from one of the women from Danity Kane, Dawn Richard, and her other partner in that group said that Puffy contacted her 54 times, calling her through other phones, trying to pressure her to get Dawn to drop whatever lawsuit she has against him. So that came out right before him getting incarcerated with the situation. So that to me hurt his case more than anything, because it shows that you're capable of that type of witness tampering, if that's true, right? So to me, once that got out, it was to the ruins that he's gonna have to be that way. And it's much more different to me preparing for a case of this magnitude, being in this detention center in Brooklyn, than if he was in home arrest in Miami, with monitoring and stuff like that. Like, he literally has to go through some, even though he's in protective, whatever level of their protective custody, he still has to go through a lot of the heinous stuff that people have in that environment have to go through. And he's gonna have to meet with lawyers in that environment, which is crazy. So
I mean, the thing about this case, it's not even, to me, it's not even about like what he's doing, right? It's about the people around that are allowing the things to be done, right? So I always advocate for human beings to hold their homies accountable. If I see you do some wild shit, I'm like, Jay, you doing some wild shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then if you continue the wild behavior, and I know about it,
It's kind of on you.
I'm gonna be like, yo, you doing wild shit, and now me and you got an issue, right?
Yeah.
And then if you notice certain people, and I'm not saying specifically with the Puff situation, but certain people will distance themselves from other individuals who engage in questionable behavior that they know about. Everybody got demons, but when you understand the level of whatever your vice is or whatever your thing is, it's like, hey, bro, you got a problem. My partner Chuck Dizzle, he's an alcoholic, right? He would come to the radio station like, drunk or whatever. So I had to pull up to his house and like, hey, I will report you. I'm not even lying.
Karen? You're a Karen? You'll tell?
Absolutely. I was 100% dead. I was dead ass. I'm like, bro, I will fucking report you not only to our boss, but it's, first of all, if you don't understand how broadcasting works, television, radio, you cannot be intoxicated or under influence on an airwave. It's an FCC violation. I will fucking report you to save your life. Absolutely 100%. Because you're going to hurt yourself or someone else, right? So when I look at these types of cases.
And shout out, he's 8 years sober now?
8 years sober. Shout out to Chuck Dizzle. Yeah. He went cold turkey that day.
Really?
That day. So salute to him, right? But what I'm saying is when you don't hold your homies accountable, I'm not singling out Puff. I'm just everybody from Russell Simmons to everything that we've seen in all of our entertainment, right?
Yeah.
When you don't hold your homies accountable, they gonna come and hold them accountable for you. And I think it starts with fuck government, we govern ourselves, right? It starts with that shit. And I think that's important. That's the takeaway for me. It's like, you don't become this megalomaniac overnight. It gradually happens. Just like Jeremy. Oh, we see Jeremy off
just like Jeremy.
You know what I'm saying? Off camera, you know what I'm saying? It started like that.
It's just like, wait, hold on. Wait.
I'm just
what
using an
kind
example.
of rumor are you now starting?
It's an example. If you take a bump.
It's a terrible example.
Which I don't take.
You don't take bumps. Okay. It's an example.
Okay, I'm just clarifying.
God damn.
I'm just clarifying.
He said one nigga, and now he's
I'm joking.
I'm joking.
The word. Okay.
All right. So
back to it.
The example is if your habit becomes worse over time, and people bear witness to this, and they don't do anything. And that's my problem. It's not necessarily
no worse than being accused of being part of it. That's where racketeering happens.
Yes, but here's
big boy charges.
Here's the other problem with that though. The problem with that though is you have people who have been advocating over and over for years, right? You got Aubrey O'Day, you got people from other making the band, and like all these people saying different things. It's like, but they're saying something not just publicly, they're saying something to somebody on your team, your assistant, your fucking bodyguards, somebody is around for this shit because you can't do all this shit by yourself. So those people are complicit.
So how much responsibility do you put on the people around who may have witnessed and allowed it to happen and still stood by?
It depends on how complicit they were. Bro, in I don't know how it works in New York or in Canada. In California, you do a drive-by, I'm in a car, we going down together.
Same charge?
I'm an accessory to whatever happened. If I'm just sitting in the car and you rob a 7-Eleven, you jump in the car like drive, and I just drive out of fear, I'm an accessory to armed robbery.
Just because you didn't have the gun doesn't
We're going to prison, bro. So what I'm saying is, where are these motherfuckers who are allowing these things to happen?
Well, I think one of the big things too that we're going to see more come out of is there was a lot of victims who ended up perpetuating the same cycle. I think there were a lot of people, whether that be celebrities, whether that be women, even in Cassie's case, or people who were around who were victimized by him, taken in, and then they may have been a part of that next move or the next organization. But there's a lot of people that I see even talking publicly right now that to me look more like victims than anything else, who are still trying to deal with a lot of the trauma that they might have.
I agree with you, and that's the thing. Again, I'm not victim blaming. I'm just saying that you can't do all of these things dolo.
No, I agree with you.
It
Yeah.
doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes, and again, I don't have kids, so I don't know what that's like to provide or have to provide for someone other than myself. So I can't say what I would do in these situations. But if I'm Elliott Wilson's bodyguard and I see him doing wild shit on a daily basis, and I'm guarding the door while somebody's in there, yelling or screaming or whatever, it's like, at some point you have to have some sort of moral compass and be like, you know what, I can't fuck with this shit. Or, low key work with them, work with the people, and be like, look, if I'm gonna work with y'all and help y'all bring this person down, I need to make sure that my family is straight or whatever.
Safety.
I'm not advocating for either one. I'm just saying people have to be held accountable for their complicit. Like I don't believe in just one person. You just did this whole thing by yourself. That's not true.
Yeah, and that's the hard part too, because when you're that powerful, the thing is, A, nobody believes you, right, when you're coming out against them, and B, your life is at risk. Like a lot of these people who have been speaking out for a long time, even like if you look at someone like Jaguar Wright, who's been speaking out about a lot of this stuff on a couch publicly for a very long time, I always check in and say, is she still alive? And I'm being serious. I'm like, is she still okay? Because there's a lot of people who have a lot of power, a lot of money, who can get these things taken care of. Yeah. And so if you're a bodyguard, I feel like those people, you're a hired contractor. Somebody could pay some more money.
Hey, shout out to my boy Chopper City.
Do you want to expand?
No.
Okay. All right.
Chopper City.
Who's Chopper City?
Yeah.
Chopper City.
Yeah, he was an artist from Louisiana.
Okay.
He was on Making the Band.
Oh, shout out Making the Band.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Shout out to
Go do your Googles.
Okay.
I saw Torre was saying, ironically, that that federal detention center is very close to Junior's. It's right on that block. I used to live in Brooklyn. It's a haunting ass building, man. It's kind of creepy. R. Kelly was in that building. Fetty Wap was in that building. So
wow.
Yeah.
The other thing too is, I saw a conspiracy theory online about the South Sides having something to do with this. The South Sides don't got nothing to do with this. This is some federal white people shit, and it ain't got nothing to do with no Southside Crips.
Yeah, no, this is
what I'm saying. There's so many other things he has going on that we're losing sight of. That it becomes one thing, but it's like, yeah, there's still those things going on about alleged involvement with Tupac's murder and things like that. Those are other things outside of this, which are insane to say, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
but here's the other part though too. I will share this on a personal level. I feel like what doesn't get said enough about, and the lawyer finally said it, is that he said, my client is now dealing with treatment and therapy and made it clear about drug use and stuff like that. I think drug use is a major part. Again, it's no excuse, like you said. It's like alcoholic. It's like, but at the same time, it's like, I've seen Puffy looking like he's not in his right mind, and it seemed like he's drug use, this type of thing. And even with the Money Making Mitch album, right? Well, I'll take it back to the beginning. So beginning, my thing business-wise with Puffy, because people act like, well, the industry knew, and what do you blah, blah.
Yeah.
All I knew of Puffy is that he drew parties, which is ironic because party and atmosphere and the joy or whatever. Party promoter literally out of college is what got him shine in this business, which led to being an A&R at Uptown and his music executive career launching. So I didn't do good business with him in the beginning. The main thing was because when Shine was on trial at Shine was on trial for that case, we did a cover story with Shine right before the verdict was about to drop. Because Shine felt that they had turned the lawyers against him and he was going to go down and take the fall completely for this thing. So I never had a good rapport with Puffy throughout the years because of that. Because Sean John was powerful and they did advertising with The Source and Vibe and all the rival magazines. So they wouldn't go against Puff and put Shine on the cover by himself. You know what I'm saying? I was the only one willing to do it, but I had less of a risk because I'm not in business with him anyway. So, you know, so a lot of times like I talk about that party where he got into the fight with J. Cole, allegedly, and I walked to the other side of the room. He clearly looked out of his mind, drugged out at that time. And then the last one I'll give you is when he was doing a mixtape. It's what's it, MMM? Look it up real quick. Money Mixtape Mitch or something like that.
Mitch.
Yeah, he did the Mitch thing. I was kicking it with him for a day or two, on and off, just talking to him and stuff. He acted like he wanted to finally give me an interview.
Yeah, MMM, Money Making Mitch.
Money Making Mitch. And again, always leave a little out of it. And then I remember he said to me, he goes, yeah, you can ask me that real shit. You can ask me if I killed Tupac. And then he walked away out the room.
That's what he said to you and then walked out.
Yeah.
Did you ask him?
I didn't get to ask him. That's probably the last time I saw him after that. So it's like,
wow.
I don't know. Like to make me think about what he said about his colleague in radio. It's like drug use is a major part, but that's no excuse. You're responsible for your actions. And again, if you're intimidating and abusing people, and if these accusations are true, he's gonna go away for a long time.
Yeah, it is.
He told you to ask him if he killed Tupac
He
on
said, you
camera.
gotta ask me some real shit. Like you gonna ask me some. You have to ask me some real shit. Like if I blah blah. He didn't say in a way like I did it. He said in a way of almost like I want this moment of, to me, a redemption of me explaining the situation to you.
Oh,
That's how maybe,
bro,
but
that's
it could be interpreted.
wild.
It could be interpreted how it's interpreted, but that's what happened. So that's how I took it. But maybe I'm wrong looking back on it in the situation. So again, I just think that powerful man, drug fueled, abuse of power. We know all the things that, allegedly or on the record. It's just like, clearly no one stepped in, like you said, to try to stop him.
I'm sure people probably
tried
have.
to, yeah. And they removed themselves.
Or
and
they
again,
removed themselves.
And then people say, why aren't people saying something? Because again, when somebody falls from grace like this, we know how this industry is. You become ostracized. Nobody's taking your call. So and other people aren't going to run up and speak to his defense if it's like a reputation of indefensible actions. No celebrity's going to step up and say, nah, Puffy's my guy. He's going to be okay. Like, he's going to beat this charge. Like, they're going to fall back and let the dominoes fall where the dominoes fall. Because that's our business also, as Head knows.
I mean, in the Puff situation, yes. But I also think Puff has made a lot of enemies over the years.
Absolutely.
With Kevin Lyles stepped up for Young Thug. You know what I mean? So it's like different people of influence in that way. So,
well, did you see all the people step down this week?
Yeah.
There's a
Conspiracy
lot.
Jeremy.
Well, I'm just saying
Conspiracy
there's a
Jeremy.
lot of
ISO.
Kevin Lyles. There was the
So you would
CEO.
correlate Kevin Lyles stepping down with possibly of some relation to the Puffy situation.
All I'm saying.
Oh, hell no.
I don't believe so.
That's record business. That don't got nothing to do with nothing.
I'm not saying them personally. I'm not putting this on anyone personally. I'm just saying you look at things from the outside. You see he stepped down. There was somebody from the Nashville. That's why it's not just hip hop. There's somebody from the Nashville side of Warner that stepped down. There was 2 or 3 other people that stepped down from different labels. I'm just saying people are either A, freeing up funds for something, or B, people are getting out of the way. And I think that there's more, like, I'm not going to say anything right now because I don't think we're going to see. We're going to see it in time. But I do think that there's some correlation.
All right,
not to him, though.
Let me clear up some of this shit because Jeremy Hecht,
am I going too far down the
rabbit hole?
You are
tripping right now.
Okay.
He said he gets to be No, we said we're balancing it out with some jokes, just like the internet.
All right, well, let me balance this shit out.
We're giving you facts.
The facts
and we get to play into a little conspiracy. That's what it is.
Warner, as a music group, as a company, is going through a lot of restructuring right now.
Yeah. Even today, right now. Yeah.
From Julie Greenwald to everybody on down, they're going through a lot of restructuring right now. Actually, one of my friends just got let go today. Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say today. Literally, there's a lot of layoffs going down right now.
Literally, as we speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's restructuring. They have a new chairman that's coming in.
Elliott Grange.
Yeah.
They have a new CEO. They have these things are going down, right? So what you're seeing is 2 isolated things happening simultaneously, and it looks crazy. But if you're not in the music side of the business, then you wouldn't understand. But under Warner is like Warner Records.
Yeah.
Atlantic.
Yep.
Exactly. So all of these things. So it's affecting everything. We're talking about same thing Universal went through, the UMG, where they laid off, 60% of whole labels, you know what I'm saying? And consolidated. So like one of my contacts who would only be at Interscope now also works Capitol and also works Republic, Universal, and these are all in the UMG.
Yeah.
So these are just music industry things that are happening that don't have I don't want that to be the messaging that's correlated to this Puff shit. That's completely separate.
What label was Diddy under?
What, his label?
He went through them all.
Well, he was under Universal and Warner, right?
He went through different deals, though. What times would he work with?
Well, Bad Boy is his own shit. And then what you do is you partner with a bigger conglomerate to get distribution, right?
Yeah.
So his Bad Boy is his imprint, and it would get distributed through either Universal. There's only 3 big labels, right?
Sony, Warner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
but at the height, it was Arista. At the height of
But as a label, you can also parcel out your acts. Right? So Top Dog Entertainment has SZA, who's on RCA.
Yeah.
But then also Schoolboy Q, who's on Interscope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so once you have an imprint,
Got it.
you can literally, like, a la carte wherever you want your distribution to go.
Okay, well, I'll take accountability. I didn't mean to put that on
I just want to put that
a little conspiracy.
But a little conspiracy, I'm just saying.
I liked one of your conspiracies, Jeremy.
Which one was that?
I saw you kind of see. I didn't watch the full tape about, and I thought about it in my mind, if how much is conspiracy-wise Kendrick Lamar's When the Party Died, sort of reflective of the soundtrack of this week, which is watching literally the party master, the party guy, take this big fall.
Elliott, have you ever been to a puff party?
I hate this shit. This is the dumb shit too.
I'm asking the question.
We've all been to a puff party.
I've never been to a puff
that
party.
doesn't mean we've been to a sexual orgy
I
where
didn't
people are
ask you
getting
that.
abused
I
and
didn't
shit.
ask you that, King.
Everybody been to a puffy party.
That's not true.
When LeBron said, well, a lot of us,
Jeremy Hecht,
many
have you
of
been
us,
to a puff party?
No.
Me and DJ Hed, I've never been to a puff party either. So
It's
you're
okay.
the only person
Yes.
on the stage right now who's been to a puff party.
We're actually not on stage right now.
We are on the stage. It's elevated.
Okay, what is your question, DJ Hed?
Okay, so my question to you, how many puff parties have you been to?
I've been to a New Year's Eve party.
Over the years, just how many?
No, I come from New York City where this guy.
Am I speaking
No,
Spanish?
listen, because you're talking about it like Sean Puffy Combs, the millionaire, come to his house. I went to clubs where this nigga was on the mic. He's 18, 19, 20, hosting a party.
No, his parties that he threw.
One house party, New Year's Eve, Miami, I think.
Okay.
Left early. Outside, never went inside.
I didn't
outside.
ask you. I'm just.
It's a good
No,
clarification.
it's really true. Actually, never left. Probably was the first one there and the first one that left. Joe Budden was at that party also.
Why are you implicating people?
Huh?
You just throwing niggas in. Your Budden was there too.
I didn't witness any criminal activity. People that party with Puffy without involving crimes.
I didn't ask you about no crimes, King.
See, this is the internet.
what
This
was
is the
your question
internet.
gonna be?
You can't even say you enjoy going to a Puffy party or you had a good moment at a Puffy party.
Did you enjoy yourself? I'm just asking.
This is what's wrong with the internet. I hate the internet.
No, you
I hate
don't.
all of y'all.
You love the internet.
I hate you motherfuckers.
You thrive on the
I
internet.
hate your Meek Mill jokes. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way you talk. I hate the way you dress. Puffy parties now have a negative connotation,
Just asking
which
the
have
question.
nothing to do with what a Puffy party is
Jeremy
supposed to
Hecht,
be.
have you ever been to a puff party?
When Puffy had a 50th birthday party, right? A lot of celebrities were there. It's on video.
I'm not asking.
What was that?
Okay, hold on one second. Jeremy Hecht, have you ever been to a puff party?
So Kevin Lyles has to be defended, but everything else is shits and
damn.
giggles, right?
This is what they be
Kevin
talking about.
Lyles
You don't let
gives
us
shits and
talk,
giggles.
Elliott. You don't let
I let you get all your shit off, and I answered you.
Okay, no, I'm asking Jeremy Hecht.
I've never been invited.
You
Okay,
already
me either.
asked. You already asked. It was
I know,
already
but
clear
I
that you
have
both
another- I
weren't
have
ever
a
been to a
follow-up
puffy party
question.
because you niggas ain't lit. You never went to a puffy
I
party.
know.
So you already made it clear. You want to
have
keep reiterating?
I have a follow-up question.
Why?
Okay.
What question would you have if somebody never been to a party?
Let's just
You
ask.
can't even get in the club. You're outside.
I wanted you
Chris
to.
Brown.
I wanted you because me and him have never had the experience you had. So I would like you to, share with us your experience.
I just did. I've had many experiences at a puffy function.
Okay.
The only puffy personal party I went to was an invite to a New Year's Eve party in Miami that me and my wife attended. And I saw other people. I won't mention other people. Party was outdoors.
Well, you already said Budden was there.
Joe was up there two-stepping. It was
He
the beginning of
posted videos, I
it. It was the
remember that.
beginning of
Revolt.
the beginning of him doing the deal with Revolt for the State of the Culture show.
Oh yeah.
That was the beginning of that era. So Joe's literally the only one on the dance floor two-stepping. That's how early the party is. I was at that party. And I left early, and I saw nothing wrong about anything or anybody. It was a good time. Like a puppy party used to be a good thing. And a lot of times when these celebrities are saying, LeBron saying, yo, yeah, puffy parties are the best. He's not talking about these type of things.
There's another set of
But
rooms.
we love to have fun on the internet and go crazy. And it's
I was just
stupid.
asking. I never been.
I feel like there's the party and then there's the
after party.
upstairs
And that's the
after
other part too,
party,
the
other
after
set of
party.
rooms, yeah.
And that's the California culture, right? Like what the
That's California culture.
Yes, it is. And hear me out. The Hollywood culture of the idea if you're at anybody's house at a certain point of the party and people really, really want to party at like 2, 3 a.m. and the drugs come
The
out,
lines come
it
out.
turns into the after party. And the after party can get a little bit more risque than the party. But again, these are criminal actions. These are beyond that type of situation. This is like coercion. This is force. This is abuse. This is terrible. This is not partying. It's crosses the line. There's a difference. But the internet wants to have a party. So all day, everything you see on your timeline, 80% of that shit has nothing to do with why this man's incarcerated right now. None of it.
Separate
Literally.
cases.
Not saying he's a fucking choir boy, holy boy, because he has 10 civil lawsuits active and all these other strong accusations that are out there, including the possible murder of Tupac Shakur.
And multiple others.
And multiple others. So this is where we're at. But I'm here. Any more questions, Mr. DJ Hed, you have for me?
No.
Okay. I can get off the stand right now.
Yeah. You wouldn't understand. I was asking you ever been to a puff party.
You handled that well. I never got the
Yo,
invite.
Puffy threw parties.
What?
He's a kid drawing. Like imagine you're like who'd you have out here? Who's a young boy draw the best parties in Los Angeles? Like give me an example. Like you come up with a game.
Who like a celebrity?
No. Young niggas partying, not celebrities. Like I'm talking about parties.
Jamie Foxx used to throw parties.
Jamie Foxx.
That's celebrity house party. I'm talking about the clubs.
Promoters.
You don't have clubs out here?
Yeah.
Who's a young buck out here, go to his parties, 20-some years old. That's going to be the hot party on Friday night to enjoy the music.
I know what you're saying.
He's on the flyer, hosted by Boo Boo Boo.
Yeah.
That was Puff.
Yeah, we used to throw parties.
That's how he got on. Before he got to make records and be an A&R and be a musical.
Same.
And let's get it twisted again. Let's give him his props. One of the greatest moguls, one of the greatest producers, one of the greatest artists, like everything.
Yeah,
Hall of Fame
musically.
career. Catalog is amazing. You know, it'd be smirched by all this shit. You know, I'm thankful at least it seems like it hasn't taken away Biggie's, you know, praise and his fame, but does it become an R. Kelly where we can't even listen to this guy's music? His DNA is in so much of the music that we love. But again, that's music, that's art. Then you have the person. And if you move like a fucking despicable human being and you do heinous shit to people, you're gonna pay the price.
Yeah. Well, the
Next subject.
well, well, no. So
we can stay here.
No, the Kendrick thing I thought was interesting at the very least. There was somebody who tweeted it. We can put his tweet up on screen also, and then somebody DM'd me around the same time and was like, I think the world is missing the main, and shout out to Keem. He mentioned on their podcast too. But so a bunch of people are basically saying that this could be true. I don't have the insider information about it.
What does it say there, Jeremy?
But basically what they're saying...
What does it say there, Jeremy?
They're basically saying that Kendrick timed this record...
No, it's right here. Kendrick dropping Watch the Party Die, and then the Diddy Indictment is either incredible timing or...
Or it's Kendrick being a mastermind. Because the thing is, when you first look at a lot of those lines, everyone's like, this is a Drake diss, this is towards Drake. When you re-look at those lines in the light of the Diddy indictment... A lot of those bars actually make sense towards not only Diddy, but when they were talking about industry, specifically that side of the industry, where we're not talking about the party dying, we're talking about that type of party dying. We're talking about all of the, like you said, the heinous things that go on behind the scenes at the after party in the other rooms. It seems like Kendrick either could have known that this was coming or knew it was impending at some point, but the timing of it being a couple days before and even the eeriness of the,
it sounds like the
beat,
haunting. It sounds like the haunting
right?
soundtrack to the whole shit. To be
It's almost like this is the end of an era of that type of partying, and I'm trying to bring back not only certain type of vibe in hip hop, but lyricism. I'm trying to bring back messaging. I'm trying to bring back integrity, and I really think he's helping lead that movement. You see people follow suit. Lecrae dropped a song, D1 dropped a song, Ransom dropped a version, Ray Vaughn dropped a version.
Lecrae's song was dope. Shout out to the White Air Force.
White Air Force. I will say I did say that on last podcast that I was going to drop a White Air Force song, and he took the idea very quickly. But it's fine. It's fine.
Lecrae jacked your shit?
No.
Why a White Air Force song? What's wrong with the Black Forces?
No, there's nothing. I love the Black Forces. I just can't wear the Black Forces, so I would wear the White Forces.
He's coming off a tough week. He can't wear the Black Forces.
I'm wearing what I can wear, and you know.
But Jeremy, can you also pull up that line on Meet the Grams where he talks about, again, that's not directed towards Drake, but he has a line about how nasty the industry is or something like that. I think Meet the Grams.
Yeah,
you know?
so he says, I've been in this industry 12 years. I'm going to tell y'all one little secret. It's some weird shit going on, and some of these artists here to police it. They be streamlining victims all inside of their home and calling them tender, then leak videos of themselves to further push their agenda. So some of those bars may have been Drake, but some of those bars could apply to multiple scenarios. And in fact, now you see it's probably more towards Diddy too, and maybe he was just connecting those two things. I know people also, I hate when people bring up Kendrick and Diddy have a picture together, and Kendrick said he was gonna bring back Puff on Euphoria. Okay, everyone has a picture with Diddy. I'm just saying the Euphoria line, he was talking about the fight. He was referencing the fight that Diddy and Drake had. I think he was trying to correlate them. I'm not putting them in the same level at all. I'm not doing that. But I think what Kendrick's angle was to basically do that and make that comparison.
DJ Hed, what do you feel?
Where's our cat?
You have one in your head right now. Can you take it off? We'll show you. There we go.
Cap.
Double cap salute.
Can you say
double
which part?
cap?
This don't got nothing to do with this. Like it's just internet and media internet and media just be tricky. You know what, bro? Look at this.
See, this is why we need you to confirm.
Look at this. So,
Or debunk.
This is what I want
not
you to
just
do, right?
confirm.
Okay.
I want you to read these 2 lines of the text message. The
Okay.
top 2. See those 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a correlated
Now-
read. Do
Wait,
not
I
read up
didn't
top.
read it.
Read the 2 top
Can I
lines.
read them out loud or no?
No, just read them to yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Read
Great for the
that?
audio
Yeah.
So now, summarize what you read.
Can I see it one more time?
Don't read it verbatim.
No,
just
no, no.
Summarize what you just read.
The bigger picture.
Okay, basically what that is saying, and that was them to you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so basically what that said was that the internet gets a little tricky because of the fact that there's all of these theories, all of this information, all of this misinformation, and you, DJ Hed, have to be the person sometimes to step in and say, this is fact, this is not fact.
Okay. And who was that message from?
Am I allowed to say?
Yeah.
Dot.
Okay. So, Cap.
So you being the person whose job it is to be that
I'm not.
force.
That's not my job. I'm just saying that there's a lot of theories and like stuff like that. It be going on, and it just be like, bro, where are you getting this shit from? Like the conflation of bro. Meet the Grams came out what a month and a half ago.
More. It came out like 3 months ago. It was in
Are you serious?
May 3rd.
Damn.
It's been a long time.
It's been
yeah.
a little damn.
But still, the battle is still.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, I'm just saying that don't have nothing to do with nothing. That was that at that time.
Okay.
I'm sure there was a grandioso thought process of like, hey, this shit is going on rampant everywhere,
Yeah.
and it's weird. But I don't think that this has anything to do with what's going on right now with old boy. Like that's
What about Watch the Party Diet?
Watch the Party Die. In my opinion, I haven't even had a chance to talk to him about it. But
So that was specific to the Meet the Grams line, not necessarily.
that
related
statement,
to
no,
Puffs.
this statement was just a conversation we were having.
It was just general.
It was
Yeah.
just in
I
general.
got you.
But what I'm saying is, the Watch the Party Die, I haven't talked to him about that. Don't need to. Well, I did, but it wasn't like, what is it,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But it was more like, to me, it's more of a State of the Union address, is what I said
Yeah.
last time. I don't think that it's like him addressing Diddy and him addressing this, and like, it's just, hey, this is what I see going on in the landscape, and I don't like it. It's simple. It's not really
okay.
that like complex. It's like, I love, you know what's funny? To me, I'll
Yeah.
speak for myself. What's funny is the amount of YouTube think pieces and conspiracies. Like, well, remember Untitled Unmastered came
Oh,
out?
yeah, there was,
and like
the Moses theory.
the
and
Moses
yeah.
theory, and then it ties in. It's like,
Revelations.
bro, the homie does a lot of intentional things.
Yeah.
Things. But bro, like you giving, and this is me speaking for myself, you giving Dot too much credit, bro. The nigga is not thinking.
You can never give Dot
You're
enough
giving Dot
credit.
too much credit, bro. The nigga's not thinking 7 years out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? If I drop this Untitled Unmastered right now, there's 7 years when I beef with this nigga. Like, bro,
Well,
like,
but could he be thinking in reflection? Like, hey, remember when I did that? Let me bring that back.
But
That's
that's the
possible.
conspiracy
That's
theory
possible.
culture that Jeremy
That's
spoke
possible.
of, right? That's part of it. Now, again, it goes back to the artists never speak to us, right? They speak through us. And also fans feel like they have information at their fingertips so they can piece everything together like internet detectives and have it all, figure it all out. That's what we're fueling right now,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I understand. I'm just,
Yeah.
all I can speak on is what I know and what I don't. If I don't
Which
know,
is
I'll say,
why our show is so important to the situation.
I'll just say I don't know if I don't know.
But Watch the Party Die, though, could serve as a haunting soundtrack. You play some the instrumental to, again, the party man taking the big fall. Like it does connect, even if it wasn't intentional. And just it's clearly, if you're writing a headline of a story, it's like Puffy, someone like that taking the fall shows a need of a reset and how messy things are and how bad things have gotten. That what's the future of hip hop look like? Where another one of our biggest now looks like it's down for the count. So, I mean, what do you guys think with that? I guess to put a button on the whole Puff situation, like how do you look at this case, and do you feel like this is something he can beat? Is this something that he tries to figure out a plea deal for, or he gets incarcerated for a long time? Like, how do you feel if you could forecast what that looks like?
I don't want to.
I think it looks bad for him.
Well, I don't want to put this
clearly
out there. But the guy I mentioned before, the island guy.
Mhm.
Not the Island Boys, the Island Man.
Who the fuck is the island?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, okay.
Why do you always refer? Why do you not comfortable say his name and don't refer to him as
I
Island
just
Boy?
don't like to say his name on YouTube and stuff.
Okay.
You know,
But some people,
yeah.
some hip hop fans may not know who he is, so they got to Google him
Yeah,
and understand what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Jeffrey Epstein. We'll say his name one last time.
Okay.
His name was Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, you can look it up. So what happened to him in jail was the cameras broke and the bodyguard on duty fell asleep. And then we got no names and we got nothing else come out of it. They're putting statements out right now to set up the possibility of that. And I don't wish that. I don't want that. But they put out a statement on TMZ, I believe, that said, Diddy fears for his life. They said something that he is a risk in prison, and there's a lot of people that would look at it as a badge of honor for him to go. Now, I'm saying that to say that they're setting up for that to be a possibility, and there's a lot of people that have motive for that to happen. I don't wish that to happen, but that's a possibility. Do I think he's beating this case? No. Do I think that it's too far gone? He's too much of an example. They're going to continue to use him as an example. But I do not hope that same fate happens. I'm just saying they're setting that up.
And to be clear, what was the fate? He ended up dying behind bars.
Died allegedly by self-infliction. That's what they said.
Yeah.
Me? I think he just go to jail. I don't think the thing is Epstein was like piece of trash, right? I'm not saying that Puff is not a piece of trash. I don't know him, but I've never been to a party. But
Yeah.
The DJ Hed stray. You always catch it.
So
Strays for everybody.
But I think he gets time, but I think that
I mean, the minimum is like 15 years.
I think there are a lot of people that probably would like to not have him be in a position to speak on their names. However, I think that Puff is different than Epstein. Epstein, nobody knew him. He wasn't popping. I'm not saying this to glorify it. I'm saying that I know I got homies that are locked up, and I got homies that have done things, right? And will do things, allegedly. But I look at him as more of people would probably want to fuck with him.
Yeah, I could see him being a not a star in jail, but they have R. Kelly singing concerts, and
I could see him being more. I think the people that they would probably try to get to, intimidate him behind bars would probably actually be fans and be want to fuck with him or talk to him or pick his brain. Because the thing is, a lot of people like to make jail is terrible. I never been. Don't ever plan on going. You know what I'm saying? But I have a family member who has life, right? A cousin of mine. I also have other people who've done a lot of time. And the one thing that people forget about jail is, yes, you're in jail, but your family's not. Mm. You know what I'm saying? You're in jail, but you still have nephews and nieces and cousins and aunties who probably want to be singers or want to be in the music business or whatever. So if I'm in jail and Puff is there, I'm like, yo, I'm in here, bro. My life is fucked. But my little brother, can you make a call or whatever? I think those types of relationships would be more beneficial than the other way.
Well, just to be clear, I don't think that I'm with you. I don't think that people in jail would do that. I'm saying that statement was put out for a reason.
No, I get it. Yeah. It's media.
This early too. It was put out very early.
Very early.
This is only day 2 that he's been in this situation. So.
Well, if you go to jail and you are in this type of situation where it's a RICO and it's a criminal organization case where there's other people can be implicated and stuff like that. I'm going to, as soon as they walk in, it's when they handcuff me, hey, I'm in fear for my life. You know what I'm saying? When I get pulled over, I'm in fear for my life.
Yeah.
And we can hear you a ticket, Mr. Drake. I'm in fear for my life, my nigga. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's how I get out immediately.
You rolling that window down?
What? I roll the window down. I put my shit on the dash. Yeah. I'll have my hands up just like this. Hey, I'm in fear for my life, bro. I don't know what. I'll say it right into the body cam. You know what I'm saying? I need, because if shit go left, I need y'all to ride.
Yeah.
That's just how I look at it. So that's some black people shit. In my opinion, that's some black shit. I'm in fear for my life off rip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know who's having a great week?
Who?
50 Cent.
Hey, man,
Oh,
let me tell you
God,
something.
here we go
50
again.
Cent.
Let me tell you something about 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Curtis 50 Cent Jackson.
Yeah.
Queens,
I don't
New
give a
York.
fuck.
Southside Queens.
Let me say this because I fuck with 50.
Yeah.
This the
Ice
this from our camera. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't want no smoke with nothing. I love you and everything you do. I don't want no problems.
You want to go to the 50 Cent party?
I want to go to everything
Yeah.
50 is doing.
I want to support the
I
movies.
support I'm gonna go to Shreveport
Yeah.
for 2 months. You know what I'm saying?
Stars.
Go to 50 Land, ride the Ferris wheel. I want in on all of that shit. Shout out to Renee and everybody over there. My nigga Rocket, because 50 is probably the most. 50 is probably the most petty person I've ever seen in my entire life.
He's literally the worst. And some people are blessed. I will say this. Some people just have it. Some people have God's favor on their side, okay? Because
Oh,
the thing
God,
about
look at
50
him. Look
is
at Kurt.
he's untouchable. Dame Dash spoke 50
Oh, nah,
Cent's
Dame.
name and his teeth fell out.
No. He actually said choking something. He literally choked on his
He
thing.
choked on his own
and it came
teeth.
out by saying the word choke. It choked. It came out his mouth.
Hey, man.
It's insane.
I got 50's book. I finished it in like
Incredible
2
book.
weeks. It's called Work Harder or
He has a lot of books.
yeah. The one that's
Oh,
called
I haven't read the new one. Is it?
no, not that one. Oh no, not that one.
The other one was really good, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good. 50. Look at his face. This is the face of a person who, like Jeremy says, has God's favor. Do you have problems with Fifth? Because you from
problem.
Queens, right?
No problem.
he said, no, I don't want any.
He don't like me, but we have no problems.
He don't like you for what? What'd you do?
You have to ask him.
Do you want to take this time to send some love his way?
Send the love, Elliott Wilson.
I love 50 Cent, man.
Send the love.
I have to thank him forever for my career and
Man,
he helped me
listen.
with what he is.
Ooh, would you say that you love 50 Cent?
I love 50 Cent.
Let's go.
We all love everybody. If you love hip hop, you love 50 Cent.
I fuck with Fifth.
Everybody love 50 Cent if you love hip hop.
He's incredible.
No, I know.
Diabolical,
You
but
want
incredible.
me to keep it real? I went to New York one year. I don't remember. This was early in my radio career. I went to New York and shout out to my dude Theo and Chris and everybody. But I went to New York and I was talking to Chris and Theo and Renee, and they were like, "Yo, you want to talk to Fifth?" I'm like, "Are you fucking serious? Hell yeah, I want to talk to Fifth." It's like 4 people I want to sit and just pick their brain, right?
He's up there.
He's on the list. So I'm like, "Hell yeah, I want to talk to Fifth." He's like, "All right, let's go to the office. He'll talk to you." I'm like, he knows who I am. He's like, "Yeah, you know who you are, right?" We go to the GU office in New York.
This is on 28th or 9th?
I don't know where
in
the fuck-
Maxwell Garden?
I'm not East Coast head. I don't know.
East Coast head.
East Coast
So
head.
we go to the office, and this has got to be almost 10 years ago at this point, maybe like 8 years ago, something like that. We go to the G Unit office, and he's walking around in sweats with his shoes off. He's walking around in socks, right? And I walk in the door. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like,
He knows me.
you know, he's like, "Yeah, what's up?" He was like, "Yeah, come here, take a seat. You want something? You want something to eat, some food? I mean, want something to drink, whatever." So it was me and my manager, Salas, and we sat down. And Fifth, he was like, "Hold on one second." Turned his phone off, put his phone face down, and talked to me for 2 hours
Wow.
That's what he does.
in real life. I'm not
He
even.
would go to that GU office like that and be there all day, like a real job.
He would literally
Take
sleep
meetings
on
and
the
whole
couch.
thing. Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, Fifth was finna go take his nap." I'm like, "Oh, he finna leave?" He's like, "No, he finna just go in the office, sleep on the couch." Like
Wow.
he's already like,
He had an office regimen.
like, yeah, it's a real thing. And I was just like, damn, this is different, bro. Like I've never. So
Did he say anything that still stands out?
I
to you?
can't talk about some of the shit, but he did give me game on
yeah.
how to navigate business and what to do and like how to approach things and how to maintain relationships and just how to be a man. Like being at the core of everything.
Yeah.
Is just be a man. Be a man of your word. Stand on what you say what you mean. And that's kind of like, it was, I ironically, 2 cancers, him and Charlemagne, I got that from, where it was like, if you're going to say something about someone, say it to them.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Don't just be one of these people on the internet, popping off and staying on stream.
Yeah. you did tell people to stay on. Some people are still on stream waiting.
Stay on stream.
They should stay on stream all the time.
Is there something else that we should be staying on stream for?
I mean, the bigger picture is
It is streaming every Saturday.
every Saturday morning.
Yeah, 10 a.m. PST.
West Coast.
West Coast time.
That was a beautiful 50 Cent story, man.
That
I like
was.
that, man.
That was. Do you guys think that, because there was, so we were on the Kendrick thing, but then also Russ had this tweet where he said,
Russ again.
Russ
From the
always
desk of
stirring the
Russ.
pot. He said, my question essentially was, when did the ability to rap at a high level become the least valuable attribute when grading a rapper?
I would like to answer that,
Yes.
Sir Russ. When people like yourself made it look easy.
So it's his fault for
Blame
being
Russ?
too good?
I'm not blaming Russ. I'm saying he's very good and he makes it look easy and he shares how he shares his process.
Yeah, he shares his process.
He shares his process.
He does make it seem like it's easy to make a hit. It's crazy.
So everybody thinks that they can be Russ. And I'm in the rooms in these studios, these artists telling them, you're not Russ. You're not Blast. You're not Blast, bro. You're not Hove. You're not going there. I'm going to just like you freestyling a whole record. That's not how you're going to get to a hit. So Russ and other artists who are gifted in a way, let them know how hard it is to do this. All facets of it. On social media, we get the highlights. You get to see us doing the bigger picture. You get to see us doing it. You don't see Jeremy beefing with his girl or Elliott beefing with, whoever the fuck he's beefing with this week. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
We sometimes do see it.
Actually, often see that.
Yeah,
We see that.
we
It
do
plays
see
out
it.
of
you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see none of that shit. And I think it's the artists who make it look easy. Russ, you're not average, bro. I don't know if you know that or not, but you're not normal. Okay, you're completely abnormal. You're an obtuse individual. You're gifted beyond measure. Don't make it look easy to these people who are not as gifted as you, right? It's no different than like Sha'Carri Richardson be like, yeah, I'll just get out there and run. Now you got girls all over the world just getting out there and running, looking crazy because you're not telling them like, no, you work, you condition your, like Kobe was a good example of that, right?
Yeah.
I think Kobe showed us what he did and showed us how hard it is to attain the level he got to. I think people like Steph Curry don't really do that. Steph Curry go out there and just kind of shoot and it just look good on camera. But you're not telling people you in the gym before everybody. They got to kick you out of the gym.
But how old is Russ? Is this a reaction to the complex list of rappers in their 20s?
I think Russ is
he's in his 30s?
In his 30s. I think early 30s. He's 31. But
he still might be commenting on that because Complex did do this list of the 20 best rappers 20s. And when you have Playboi Carti at number 1, it's basically saying that lyricism, traditional lyricism is not at a paramount.
So the second part of my answer is not just the artists who make it look easy, but it's also the establishment, the labels and stuff, who are just in it to make a quick buck. They're not into artist development is out the window. We've talked about that ad nauseum in the business. Even when it comes to lyricism. Now, as much as we want to advocate for lyricism, is that a consumer thing or is that an ego? I mean, or is that a purist thing?
No, it still comes down to the song, right? I think that's the other part of it too. The value is with the song, right? But again, we now have a generation of artists who seem like they don't fit the history of more traditional lyricism and are successful. And can they be the next star? What is Playboi Carti or like a Travis Scott being a superstar as opposed to a Drake, Cole, Kendrick, who seem more rooted in this idea of lyricism? Travis Scott doesn't necessarily approach his records that way. Future doesn't really necessarily approach records that way. So I think that's where there's a divide is. And I think we value the song, but to DJ Hed's point, you're not putting enough work into the song because you're just trying to capture a quick vibe. You're not putting enough work into that song before it goes out to the world because you want a quick result. I think that's what we have going on, where clearly Russ is from more of an old school tradition where he's putting a lot of work into the song before it goes out. But now a lot of these records, it feels like you'll Playboi Carti, you're throwing out this record, you sound like Future on the record, and all of a sudden, it's out there. And it's just like, well, how much work did you really put into the song? And what does it really say about who you are in the space?
Yeah, I didn't like that Playboi Carti record. I think Playboi Carti should ask designer how that's going to work out for him.
Well, he sounded.
I was surprised there wasn't enough more outrage about it to me.
Yeah,
right, Jeremy?
So Playboi Carti drops a song, All Red, and it's actually one of his highest streaming songs in like first week. It's been a snippet for a year. People did want it out. His fan base did want it out.
For over a year,
yeah.
too?
So like, and then he performed it at Summer Smash at his set like earlier this year. But to your guys' point, he might sound more like Future than Designer did on Panda.
I agree with you.
Which is crazy. So to me, but then again, we're clearly, we decided we're not Playboi Carti's demographic, but people love it. I didn't even see that as the initial reaction when people were listening. People were loving it, but I can't escape that. To me, I couldn't get away
I feel like
from
that's
Future.
him trying to make, I think I said to you earlier, like the record label, people being involved, also like, give us something that's completely a little bit more traditional to go to radio and stuff like that. And I feel like people are buying into it as he has all this attention right now.
Yeah, I
because
do
of that damn Fiend, my favorite record.
Yeah, your favorite. I do want to make a point though about the lyricism. I think, and we have had a bit of a conversation about this before, but the effort has to be equal on bars and sonics. And I think right now we're just leaned all the way here or all the way here. There's a lot of people that we've all listed that are incredible rappers, incredible lyricists, but they maybe haven't put as much effort into making a song. And there's a lot of people who are great at making songs, Playboi Carti included, who aren't putting as much into their bars and their pen. So to Russ's point, who's kind of in the middle, when people do it incredibly well, they've put equal amount of focus onto what they're saying, how they're saying it, and how it sounds. First Person Shooter was a rap record, but there was effort put into making it a good song, and that's where Drake came in there. Not Like Us was a hit record with lyricism, but it wasn't like it wasn't Euphoria. Euphoria wouldn't have been Not Like Us level hit. So if people are thinking it doesn't matter to be a rapper, I think it does. I think enough people aren't doing it where they're putting that balance together, because good music still matters more than anything else.
I agree. I have a theory though, and it might be just ageism. The theory is we were talking about this before, but what if people are just getting dumber
and less able to rap, or the consumers?
The consumers. Dumber? What if people are just either getting dumber or checking out to the point where they just don't care?
I disagree, only because we just saw how interested people were in the actual lyrics of the Kendrick and Drake battle.
That's different. It's not. That's not just people putting out music.
There was more attached to it, but I think it shows that people are able to consume things and that they're not stupid. Like, people, if they're fed the right thing and the right meal, you might not know that you like a high-end restaurant, but then you go to the high-end restaurant and you're like, oh, this is great. I think that was a high-end restaurant for people.
There also was people saying that a younger generation, even with the excitement of Drake Kendrick, wasn't pulled in. Like, you could be a 20-year-old kid, 21-year-old kid, that maybe you didn't get into the excitement as much about this Drake Kendrick back and forth. I've seen that said before too, and that's fair, because think about these are grown men now who've had 10, 15-year careers. So we loved it, but there could be a whole generation that was just like, I'm just gonna put Yeet back on.
Yep.
I'm just gonna put Cardi back on.
Yep.
Like, it's cool. Like, and have more of a connection to Drake, probably because Drake kind of leaned in and worked with these artists a little bit more than Kendrick has. But even with that, it's like not getting into the hype of this whole Drake Kendrick battle. So
I don't think that it's the same crowd, but I also think that there's more of those than the latter. To Russ has a point, but I think Russ is screaming into a brick wall, because he's going to continue to get older and get better at what he does, and he's going to be less and less appreciated by the people he wants to appreciate it.
Well, maybe then Russ's frustration is not with the 20-year-old thing. It's more like, why can't we view him as a leader? Like, the whole point now is talking about post Drake, Kendrick, Cole, who are going to be the new leaders. So maybe to Russ's frustration, why aren't you looking at me as like, because I'm the guy that could do that and balance all this. Why are people now more looking like me as more than just the independent sensation, but look at me as an artist that can be a leader in hip hop in the future? Why aren't you looking at me like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point, and he has the accolades to back it and the skill to back it, but it's funny because we were talking about this 20-year-old list that Complex put out.
You pull it up, because DJ Hed loves lists. He loves to debate lists.
His favorite thing is lists. But
no, but I'll tell you my other point I took from that too, on that Complex list. The irony is that I think, again, if I come from my old school roots, if I'm a New York guy, right, I grew up with the Lyricisms and the Rakims and the Kanes and all that, leading to the Jays and Nas's, right? What's interesting to me is that the female rappers kind of more fit that than a lot of the male rappers, right? Mm-hmm. So to me, if you're like an old school traditionalist type person, like some of the female MCs, you're gonna favor more than the males. Like, a lot of female rappers, even down to Doja Cat, check the boxes of like, do they deserve a big check in the lyrical? Are they lyrical?
What's
like
this
Doja
list?
Cat is lyrical.
What's this list for?
Rappers in their 20s.
Like, let's do the list.
Okay,
now,
so
we'll see if they're lyrical or not. By what he's like, Cash Cobain, love him. He's not lyrical like that, as he says. He's creating vibes. He's a producer. He has a great sound. He's changed the sound in New York hip hop. But yeah, we would say he's not lyrical, right?
Yeah. No.
Traditionally.
Except for that Jeff bar. We have Jack Harlow.
Going reverse order, 19. Now, Jack Harlow's lyrical. Yep. Clearly, old school tradition, right? Then when he did then they said to him, oh, he goes too commercial with it, right?
And then he came back
and then he came back with Jack Man, which I loved. And everybody fucking bailed out. That was like old school soul beats, sped up samples.
But to be
Story,
fair,
substance.
he just dropped it. It wasn't like he promoted it with a
Good music,
single.
good music is good music.
No, I'm just saying if we're talking about numbers, I think people enjoyed that album. I
didn't like the Jackman album.
You didn't like
it?
Jackman?
No, I wanted more of the first album. The first album was a rap record, but it was still good songs.
Balance of both.
Yeah.
So,
But you did feel the album before that he went a little too commercial?
No. I thought that if I'm being honest with you, and I don't like to, I didn't want to critique Jackman publicly because I haven't talked to Jack about it. But when he put that album out, I was disappointed in the fact that I thought he cared too much about
what people thought.
It was reactionary.
I thought it was reactionary.
It was a reactionary tape.
I thought
but too reactionary. Not enough
bro,
of
you
a
were the
balance.
number one on Billboard Hot 100, bro. Fuck what these people talking about. We know you could rap. Your first album was a whole rap record. The whole album was a rap record. His biggest song, his two biggest songs were rap singles with rap hooks. Like fuck what people talking about.
And what was the other one?
With Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero. Okay,
yeah. Both of them were rap songs. I actually liked the fact that it was for other people, you could tell, but I do think it was cool that he didn't wait a whole long time and just said, fuck it, I'm dropping again.
Did you like when he got off a Whips and Chains record? Did you enjoy
love that record.
Whips and Chains?
I did think that was a little weird, but no.
I love it.
But I wanted to say he did that, so then he did the Jackman, which was that, right? And it didn't get the same acclaim. Then he shows I can still do a commercial slap, I can still do this off, and it blew up, and then he didn't put nothing out after that. I thought that was strange too. Like there was no.
A lot of times it don't be up to them too, though. Jack is signed to a label.
Oh, Atlantic, the Atlantic has their issues. That's a fair point. That's where he signed, right? Okay, so I love this. This is fun.
Okay, Boss Man D-Lo.
Love all Boss Man D-Lo,
He's got some
man.
lyrical moments.
Boss Man D-Lo, baby.
Boss Man D-Lo's
He's
got some
one of the
lyrical
most
moments.
like lit right now and also underrated. I feel we don't want to put him in the conversation, but he's moving culture.
Yeah. Baby Keem.
But you said D-Lo has a little bit of lyricism.
Yeah, he has
to
like lyricism.
the Southern thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
like he drops it in there. Baby Keem. I'm a huge Baby Keem fan, and he said on his first project, 3 years later, I'll tell you the story. It's 3 years later. I'm ready for the story, Keem. So whenever you're ready to drop.
Is Keem lyrics or vibes or a good balance of both?
I think he's a balance.
Is he a good balance of both?
Both.
Keem?
I think he's both.
Okay.
NBA Youngboy.
Down to 16. Talk about incarcerated, right? Jesus Christ.
Shouldn't he be higher technically if we're looking at
How old is Young Boy?
They're all in their 20s.
I know, but how old is he?
Youngboy he's 24 years old and he has 12 kids. Every second year of his life, he had a kid.
That's not true.
The math ain't mathing?
Every second year of his life, he had a kid? So you're saying at 2 years old, he had a kid?
If you break it down, no.
You said every second year of his life he had a kid. That's an untruth,
Okay,
Jeremy Hecht. You're a hip hop journalist, goddammit.
Can I
Not
amend?
a mathematician.
Can I amend in my WordPress? NBA Youngboy averages a kid every 2 years of his life.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. If you
he literally was
averaged it out-
incapable of producing semen before puberty.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. NBA Youngboy has 11 kids, okay? I think I messed that up. I thought he had 12. So 11 kids, okay? He averages...
He's spiraling.
24 years old divided by 11. What's that? That's the amount of kids per year that he averages, not that he had a kid when he was 2 years old.
I'm just going off what you said,
Okay.
King.
All right.
And again, going back to answer your first question, go back to speaking to Atlantic, everything's about Atlantic Records problems right now, but after he left Atlantic, the hits weren't hitting anymore. He hadn't had a big record since then.
Well,
now he's incarcerated.
I don't think Young Boy falls into that category, but that's a different
He's not lyricism, so that's vibes.
He's not lyricism, but also Young Boy has a completely untraditional way of doing everything.
That's true. That's fair.
So it's not really. I don't look at him as part of the system. I look at Young Boy as like a major label Russ. Like he just does everything.
He does whatever he wants.
You don't know what the fuck is going on over there, but it's working.
Yeah, he's got his own island. Okay, Sexy Red, V's.
This is what, number 15?
Yeah.
Sexy Red?
V's, Doechii. I'll list them all and then we can talk. Sexy Red, V's, Doechii, Ken Carson, Lil Uzi, Chief Keef, Lil Baby, Lil Yachty, Glorilla, Lotto, Yeet, Meg Thee Stallion, Central C, Doja Cat, Playboi Carti.
Okay, now let me see the whole list again. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. On this list, I got number 1, Jack Harlow.
Damn, love you some Jack,
We're talking about bars.
I got number 1 at Jack Harlow.
Yeah, Jack Harlow overall as artist in this.
In
He's the best rapper in his 20s.
I think he's the best rapper on
this list.
I got Jack Harlow. I got Doechii, Keem, Glorilla, Lotto, Doja Cat.
Look at
DJ Hed
loving
making a list. We got him.
I'm not even ready to make a top 5 list.
Yeah,
Wait,
this
run it back
is-
in. What's your top 5 list?
It's not even no particular order.
Oh, see, now you
Okay.
ruined the list thing. See? No, we keep it the first edit. Whatever he said there, that's his order, too. You made a list.
That's not the
now
particular
you pulling
order.
it back. You're fucking J. Cole, man.
I'm not bringing
give
him
us a
back.
gift and then you say no. You
I'm
give us a
saying-
list and now you say, can you run with your list?
I didn't even say it was a list. Y'all said it was a list.
You said I have
You
Jack
said I
Harlow
got
at
Jack
number
Harlow
1. That's
You
a
did.
list.
You
That's not
said-
no particular
You
order.
don't number things
I
on
have
a
Jack
list.
Harlow at number 1. I said, hey, number 1 is 20s. You said yes. So that's a list. That's not no particular order. The order is white man on top. You said it right there. Jack Harlow.
Is the white man on top, Jeremy?
White man in the middle.
White man
Where
is
he at in the middle?
Yeah.
White man in the middle. Where he at? In the
Okay.
middle.
Off of this list, yeah. I'm talking about if I were to put these
Okay,
people.
so Jack is
if
one.
I was to put these people in a
Based on
cipher,
bars and
You had
just-
Keem and Freak. Okay, so one more time. Jack's 1.
Doechii. 2.
Doechi's 2. Keem is 3.
You said Lotto. You said Glorilla, Lotto,
Doja.
and Doja.
So that's 6. You can't stop making a list. It's top, DJ has top 6.
I will say I'm not mad at that list if we're going off of that balance of bars and
Wait, so how many is there 4 women or 3 women on this list? How many women?
he had
Are there more
Glow,
women?
Lotto. Yeah, there's Sexy Red, Megan.
No, I'm
Doja.
saying on DJ Head's list. You have 4 women or 3
Glow,
women?
Lotto, Doechii.
So 3
Oh,
and 3.
Doechii, yeah.
Yeah, so the women are really competing. That's what stood out to me here.
Bro,
It's
they
like,
can rap, bro. Glow
That's
really.
saying, that's it. They're
Glow
rapping.
can rap, bro.
They rapping. That's
And
my
I'm
point.
low-key agreeing
That's
with
my
you
point.
as far as her being the best one.
I think we're at the point with hip hop where a grown ass 50-year-old man from Queens, New York, that's not me, Elliott Wilson journalist, but just like a brother that grew up loving hip hop, they're gonna love the female rappers more than a lot of these young boys with these vibes. That's what's crazy about it. Like they'd rather
Yeah.
pump Glorilla
Actually,
in the car than they would want to hear Playboi Carti.
let me amend.
Please amend.
Let me amend.
The non-list
Can
amendment.
somebody make a list?
I think-
at least
I
see
think,
somebody with this
uh,
list before he changes it.
I think Doechii could out-rap Jack Harlow.
Doechii could out-rap Jack Harlow. Yeah.
I agree.
So
I think,
here's the other hot take. So the women are the better rappers on this list.
Yes.
I do want to shout out because there was people that were off this list, right? There's Cordae, who's an incredible rapper in his 20s. There's Kodak Black, who has
Kodak
done,
Black is egregious.
For him to be left off is kind of
I'm
crazy.
just going off of their list.
I don't know. I'm just giving other. And then,
Complex has been.
yeah, and then Joey Badass too. But
Shit, let me
Central C does
check my
deserve a
email.
spot. I do think Central C.
He has the buzz right now. So.
You know, he's got bars too, but it's funny because we talk about like who could take the throne from this and go into the next generation because Cardi isn't taking that throne, right? He's the biggest artist.
What's the other thing Jeremy that Cardi did? Cardi teased about an album announcement,
I Am Music.
and then it was just about you could order a T-shirt before April. Like I got lost to what that was. He like the fans thought he was gonna say when the album's coming out. And then he gives us a single, but I think it's really about a bundle that you'll get with the album, but the album doesn't have a set date. I think the deadline is mid-April. So which means anytime from now till mid-April,
next
he'll give us
April.
the album that he was supposed to give us this year.
But he's music.
Like
He is music.
I get it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, when you are
Hey,
music, you can do whatever you
I
want.
actually don't get it. I did say that. I don't understand his music now, but I think that's funny. Like, how can he lead us if he don't want to put a record out? Is all I'm trying to say.
Who?
Like Playboi Carti. Playboi Carti is poised to have a Travis Scott-like career of success, right? Like,
Is he?
He's set up for it. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's huge.
He's set up for it.
Pause.
But you don't want to drop the music. What's the issue there? What's the issue?
What you mean?
He
What's
could
this?
be a new leader.
Who is he signed to?
It's not about who he signed to.
ASAP, he signed to
Interscope.
ASAP's label.
Yeah.
Huh?
ASAP signed him.
It is. It does matter who you sign to. He don't get.
He's
to
more
drop
in
They wanted the
Interscope. He's
drop,
ultimately in the
bro. They
Interscope.
want-
Yeah, he's in the Interscope system.
They wanted
They're
the
begging for an album. They want the album.
It's like Cardi B, both Cardis, Playboi Carti.
Yes,
and
the
Cardi B.
Cardis,
They
the
want
Cardis,
the album.
the Cardis and Cardi are holding their labels hostage with their records, basically. But at least Cardi may make sense because of the dismay that Atlantic Records is in. It doesn't seem like Playboi Carti has that same issue.
But I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago, but I think the reason why none of these people, we really are able to tout them as the next superstars or the next big three is because we don't know enough about them. We're not as invested into who they are. Maybe their fan base is to a degree, but Playboi Carti's this mysterious guy, right? Like, I think Doja Cat has a rabid fan base who really feels like they know her. I think Doechii's getting to that point right now where she's kind of showcasing who she is through the music.
Let's say it this way. Let's go through the list real quick. Let's call them career artists.
Okay, career
Going to be
artists.
around for a long time.
Yeah.
Career artists, right? Okay, Cash Cobain, love him, not sure, I don't think so. Jack Harlow, yes. Guys can jump in. Some people by
No,
myself.
go ahead.
Yeah. I'm a wait it up.
No, I want us to all vote. Like vote. Yes, they no. Yeah, I'm saying the name. Jump
Okay,
in.
all right.
Cash Cobain, I say no, and I love him.
Do you tell him that?
Can y'all niggas just
I
say
mean,
yes
no,
or no?
okay.
There's 20 people on the list. It's not that
It's
tough.
20v1 right now.
Cash Cobain, no.
I don't know.
That's not an answer.
I
Yes
think
or
he
no?
will.
I don't
think
know enough of his music or
You're
about
taking
him.
it.
He said he wants to do something different.
Then you would
I
lean
think
towards no. Because you wouldn't say yes if you don't know who he
Elliott
is.
Wilson, let me explain something to you. You can jump out the
Dog,
window
seriously.
and make
What window are you
snap
jumping
ju-
out of? Yes or no?
You can jump out
You're
the
an
window
influencer.
and make snap judgments on people's careers. I'm
That's
not
not-
willing to do that because I don't know enough about his career. I don't know his team. Shit goes into play. Jack Harlow, I can say yes because I know his team, I know what he can do, I know what he's capable of, and I know his mind.
If someone was a career artist, would you most likely think your DJ Hed? You would have it. You would like that. You would have enough knowledge to know that about that person.
No. I don't know enough about these people to say that. Like I don't know.
Well, fuck
I don't know who Yachty
Fuck
got.
it.
I wouldn't have thought Yachty would have been a career artist than he is. If you told me 10 years
so
ago
let's,
Lil Yachty would
let's
be.
change it. It's like, but I guess the ones you picked in your tops 5,
You're asking
6,
about potential. Do I see potential in them having a long career? I can answer that.
No, it's a projection.
No,
It's a
I'm not willing to do that
projection.
because I don't know what they got
Okay.
going on.
I respect it. I receive that, King. We'll change.
Oh,
We'll switch
we
what
got-
shit is.
Got a little king back and forth.
Hey,
I wonder.
God bless him.
Do you?
Well, go ahead.
Anyhow, so I didn't say that on camera. So do you think that the people that you know that DJ had, the 5 or 6 people, do you consider them potentially good career artists?
Okay, I'm gonna go down a list of the people I think are career artists based on what I know. I can do that. Jack Harlow, yes, career artist. Baby Keem, yes, career artist. Doechii, superstar, out of here, career artist, yes. Glorilla, yes, career artist. Lotto, yes, career artist. Meg Thee Stallion, possibly, depending on what she got going on. Doja Cat, yes. Everybody else, I can't make a
Yeah,
projection.
so most of the ones on the list you feel that they are career artists per se.
Yeah, based on because I know like either I know them, their potential, what they can do, what they're capable of, their teams, their structure, their mind. Like I know these things about these people, so I'm able to make a projection.
Yeah, I think it's very telling that they have Cardi, Doja, and Central C as the top 3 because they right now look like the most potential of checking boxes where Cardi has a Travis-like buzz. Doja's proven herself, but she can go pop, she can go different styles. And Central C, we have this like superstar, non-American since Drake that could come in and change it. And then I think Doechii's like the wild card.
Yeah.
There's a couple ones that out there are like a wild cards, right? Is that fair to say?
When are we getting your list?
I gotta work on
You've been
list
teasing
then.
this list, but
Oh, the female list?
female list, yeah.
No, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
What's going on with Onika? She said I was going to do it.
He choose violence every show.
Yeah.
Every
You
show
want
he's
this?
Yo, you segue to talk about female rap. I can't mention Nicki Minaj.
Go ahead.
The biggest one of all of them.
Go ahead.
Is she
She's
not?
one?
Is Nicki Minaj not the biggest female rapper
Yeah,
still
she is.
above
She's the
all
biggest,
these people?
biggest
Yes.
female rapper of all
So
time.
I speak of the elephant in the room, and I'm like, what do you want me to do?
No, it's just, okay.
So the idea to me was I was gonna wait when Nicki dropped her Gag City Deluxe, which was gonna be extra songs to the last album that came out in December, the super successful album. So I was gonna let that drop on a Thursday, Friday, have people digest that over the weekend, and then early the next week, drop my top 20 female best rappers right now list. Onika has switched plans on us. She says now it's gonna be a full new album, and now the speculation is that she doesn't have a release date for it yet. And now the speculation is that she's basically low-key trying to set herself up to have a challenge against Cardi B's upcoming album with the idea and the intent to drop the same date.
So we're
and
doing
have a new version of a battle.
50
a new,
Cent Kanye
a
West.
potential new battle of some sorts, at least with and does that even line up or work out given the Atlantic Records situation? Do you think, how does that sound to you guys? Do you think that Nicki should face Cardi B off and we should have a new Nicki album going against a new Cardi B album on the same damn day, the same damn time?
No, I think each of those very talented women should drop on separate dates, and all of their fan bases should listen, and we should separate.
You guys
them
are
a
so
little
scared of
bit,
these female
and
fans
we
out
should
here.
have
You scared of the Barbs? You scared of the Cardis, the Cardiacs,
the
whatever they call?
Barbs and 50 Cent are the only two.
No, I'm not scared. I just think it's bad for business.
Oh, you don't think it's good for business? Why is
No.
it? Why? Okay, so now many years later, I guess you could say 50 Cent versus Kanye was great for business. Why is this bad for business?
Because they don't really have real beef like that. Like
neither did 50 Cent or Kanye.
Well, they have
That was
more
his
beef than
competition.
50 and Kanye.
no. I'm saying 50 and Kanye didn't have a real issue like that.
no.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Like Nicki and Cardi's a real thing,
Yeah.
and I think you segregate I think you split. They share a lot of the same fan base. Like I know Barb's and Barty Gang are two different things. Those are fanatics. It's not the same thing as the
Mainstream.
people, like people who just love your music. Or the same person is gonna buy a Nicki Minaj concert ticket would also the average person would also buy a Cardi B concert ticket.
They love both their hit records.
Right. So I think you're doing yourself a disservice.
You're galvanizing your smaller fan base.
No, I think you're cannibalizing your base by allowing it to not flourish on its own. Drop two separate times and let people both love your music the way they want to love you. Don't turn me against you. Don't make me have to make a decision, because now I might not fuck with either one. Like people, it's this situation I look at like voting, whereas people don't like Trump or people don't like Kamala, right? So they're just not gonna vote. That's bad for business.
Yes.
Right? So I think if you're a music artist and you really want to maximize your music, monetize it, go on tour, do all the things, you drop over here, low key. If I'm them, I'm back channeling. Like, hey, when she gonna drop? She gonna drop in December? All right, we gonna drop her shit in March. You know what I mean? That way, because that's just better for business. Don't do the same day shit because you only hurting yourself.
Well, I think you're also pulling her to your level. If you want to showcase that you're far beyond her, that you're number one and there's no one close, yes, the sales thing might do that. But by me saying I want to compete with you, what J. Cole did by putting his album the same day as Kanye is he wanted to say, I can compete with the best. I'm in this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He did that. Kanye didn't say, I'm going to go on
and
the same day as
he lost. He didn't sell as well that first week.
And then the second week he had
But
more.
then he came back. Yeah,
right?
weeks later he came back, got number one. Yeah.
So by Nicki and we don't even know this to be true, but like let's just say this was true. If she is saying I want to drop it the same day as Cardi, she's saying that's my competition. We're on the same level, and maybe I'll outsell her. But why even put yourself? If you're so far above, just stay above.
I think it's very interesting. A lot of things are gonna have to go on behind the scenes, because then it becomes a game, like you said though. Like, let's say you say, okay, you go first, right? You go this date, I'll go the following date. It's like playing chicken. Like, who goes first? Like, and then do I honor that? I'll tell you, yeah, it's cool for you to drop that day. Meanwhile, I'm secretly like, I'm gonna wait a week, and then secretly I'm still ready to go. It just seems like to me, Nicki wants that competition because she's kind of rooted in that. She's looking at it like a 50 Cent mentality and what that went on back in the day, and she wants that. Like, oh, you think this girl's the better than me? Like, let's get it the old school way and see who got the bigger base. But I think I agree with you, DJ Hed, that it does hurt both of them in the end. But it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out.
And the album sales don't mean shit, bro. Like that don't mean nothing.
That's an old playbook.
Yeah.
That's an old playbook. The hard ticket sales gonna tell you the truth.
Speaking of truth, we do have to clarify one more thing. Last week, we were a viral topic on Twitter because of something you said, but also the timing of everything. So chronologically, how things went were the Super Bowl announcement happened, right? People are then started to talk about who makes the decision. Is Jay-Z, against Lil Wayne? Is he against Drake? All that stuff. Then Mal from Roy and Mal podcast said that Drake declined the Super Bowl multiple times. Okay, then four times. Then I think two or three.
5 times. Who did
every
5
year
times? Booker T, right? 5 times.
Yeah. So we got lots of wrestling references. So then he turns.
See, I know, but you know what? DJ, you impressed to know about 5 times?
No, Booker T's a legend. He don't count.
All right, thank you.
You don't know about like the new ones, do you?
The Samoans and shit. Gonna go back in the day.
No,
Alpha and Sika?
the new ones, the new superstars.
Triple H runs the shit though. Triple H runs it. My guy. So
okay.
Sorry.
Wrestling sidebar.
Sorry,
we're
bad.
back. No, we're all good. Okay. So then
wrestling sidebar.
So then you said on our podcast on Thursday,
You have a podcast?
our show, our debate show,
The Bigger Picture.
A Bigger Picture. You said that Drake declined it in 2020 and 2021 from your
first year.
sources. Okay,
Yeah,
first 2 years that Jay-Z was in charge.
Yeah.
Now we end up dropping that clip on Friday morning, but
Great call, team. Great call.
Hey, we got him. But right before that clip came out, Bloomberg drops Bloomberg magazine, business magazine.
Well, you know, Bloomberg said it.
If Bloomberg said it, what was the other person we always said? If Daily Rap Fact says it, then it must be true.
I will say Bloomberg is way more credible than Daily Rap Facts.
Yeah,
I
they're
will say,
credible.
probably.
They're a credible business publication. They said that they spoke to the NFL, and the NFL had no knowledge of Jay-Z offering, or that Rock Nation offering the spot to Drake, but our clip dropped around the same time. So now people were on this roller coaster of, do we trust Elliott Wilson? Do we trust Bloomberg? Do we trust the NFL? Do we trust Jay-Z? What is going on?
There are people that still don't believe me, Jeremy. They're in my comments right now. They think we talk to the NFL.
Yeah. Would you like to reply to that chain of events?
I stand on business. I said what I said. That's the truth. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's your decision. I will say this: if you really think about it, though, I will shoot Drake some bail. Let's think about let's switch it a little bit. Timing of it. This is the Kaepernick era, right? This is a tough call. Again, his head is detailed. Jay wasn't in high favor when he took this over, so that's a tough ask to do that. Like if Drake does that, as somebody's always attacked about, is he of the culture? You know, what if Drake said yes?
They say he doesn't stand for anything or is never political in his
music. So he turned down probably the toughest too. So it makes sense that he would turn it down. And again, it seemed unprecedented to turn it down, have the opportunity to turn it down multiple times. But it makes sense in that timeline with the Kaepernick cloud above the league that he would say no. So you have to understand that makes it a little bit more unique. I then will also say on the other side, I think strategically, if again, nothing was bigger in the culture than this Drake-Kendrick battle, which then elevated the sales and everything for both artists, right? Even more than they already were, with already superstars. I also could see a scenario where this battle would happen and Drake wins the battle, that Drake is offered the Super Bowl the following year with Lil Wayne because it's in New Orleans. And you do a Dr. Dre Snoop type of thing where Wayne gets his look. Wayne still, to me, isn't box office to headed by himself. And you offer the Super Bowl to Drake and Wayne because Drake won the battle. In this case, Kendrick won the battle. So to the victor go the spoils.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought about the Kaepernick thing too. Shout out to Justin Hunt. He pointed that out also. It was a time period where it was like, there might have been a lot of artists that would have turned it down that maybe Jay had even talked to before Drake or around the same time. And they're like, nah, you can't put me in that position. Maybe he actually thought Drake was the most likely to say yes at that point. But I think it was a good move because Drake was already heavily criticized. They already say he stands for nothing. For him to be the first person to jump out and do that, I don't think would have been the right call. The other thing I do want to say is...
I want to hear what DJ has to say about this so bad.
The other thing I want to say before I pass that is all of these things can be true. People don't use critical thinking skills sometimes. And here's the thing. Elliott Wilson is the most credible journalist in the game with some of the most credible sources to this specific topic, okay? We're talking about, Jay-Z and friends, okay?
I know Jay-Z.
I've heard you know Jay-Z, okay? So let's just assume that's true, and let's assume here's how it plays out. Jay-Z goes to Drake privately because they have some sort of relationship, even though it may be a weird relationship. Hey, I'm taking over. Do you want to do the Super Bowl? I would love for you to be the first rap act to do it. It's going to be huge. You're my guy. Would love to see you on that field. And Drake goes, I don't know, the temperature.
First hip-hop artist
to ever do it.
Solo, not a guest.
Like, I want you to be, because you're running hip-hop right now. You're the guy. You made us watch The Throne. You're the guy. Let's do it. and Drake goes, not right now. I appreciate the look. You're my guy. I'm sorry what I said about the art pieces. I do like the art pieces now. I get it now.
I love your art now.
And he said...
Your art is amazing.
Your art is amazing. I actually bought some art. I get it. Now I didn't understand before. I just don't
I didn't know who Basquiat was.
I didn't even know Basquiat. But now, I can't do it. I'm going to go back home to the crib and record some music. Check back in next year, okay? Jay-Z then, after the private conversation...
check back in next year is wild. Check back in next year? Okay, sorry.
He goes to the NFL and goes, hey... So I have some options for the Super Bowl. Here they are. Here's the 5 people that I'm thinking maybe we go with Shakira and J-Lo, or, maybe we go with Pitbull, or, we go with whoever. Why, as Jay-Z, would he mention that Drake is even in this conversation if Drake already turned it down to Jay privately when Jay has a conversation with the NFL? Both things could be
your
true.
Other point is the person that, with all respect to the reporter at Bloomberg, he could have contacted these NFL sources and they could have said, no, we never offered it to him.
And that's true.
But they may not have been knowledgeable enough to know that went down. That's what you're really saying.
Exactly.
Like, to their knowledge, Drake was never offered it. But it doesn't mean they don't know what conversations have been had there. And also, before we hear the lovely words of DJ Hed, the latest recent thing was that Jesse Collins Entertainment, which does the production of it, said unequivocally in Variety that this is Jay-Z's decision.
He said, we don't want any smoke.
It isn't the city councilman from New Orleans and all this type of stuff. It's Rock Nation, Jay-Z's call. They were hired for this task.
Yeah.
This is the 5th year. This is the last year of their deal, as been reported, and it's their decision. So, is Drake turning down the Super Bowl those first 2 early years in the Kaepernick cloud of things the right decision?
Well, I became a journalist.
We have sources.
My source says that it's cap.
Which
We have
part's cap?
conflicting sources.
Which
okay.
Which part's
Keep
cap?
going. Keep going.
That Drake was not offered the Super Bowl or didn't turn it down.
Wu-Tang saga continues.
Holy shit! I don't have any sources.
So now we're
today.
on opposing sides. Me and DJ Hed, we're formally on opposing sides.
What did they? Can you give any more detail as to what they said?
No.
Like, was that an NFL? Was it an NFL source? Like you don't have to say who it is, but like, as in, was it the side of the NFL board? Like, could my theory still be true?
There's a possibility of anything being true, Jeremy Hecht, but my source has said that what Elliott Wilson said is not true.
Even Elliott looking compromised.
Wow.
West,
Jeremy's all fucked up. He like,
and he wanted to say West Coast at the end, but he didn't want to implicate anything, so that's why he didn't say West Coast at the end.
nah, this wasn't the West Coast.
Now I'm really in the middle of this. I feel like J.
Is it
Cole.
important for people to feel like Drake was never offered the Super Bowl?
Could there be a motive in it?
Is there because it's so significant that Kendrick's doing the Super Bowl? Is it important for people to feel that Drake never turned that shit down? He was never offered it.
Look at Jeremy.
This is
No,
crazy.
that's the question.
Jeremy be like,
He's caught in the middle.
Well, now I don't want. So
So here's the question: why did you feel the need?
believe-
my colleague, my friend.
Yes.
Why did you feel the need to go to sources and
I didn't.
sources came
sources
to you?
came to you
Correct.
as a trusted journalist.
See what happens when you're a journalist?
yeah. Yeah.
So-
I wasn't expecting that conversation to come to me, but it came to me, and I was like,
Was it a trusted source? Someone you
oh
trust?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
God. You know what I'm saying? God's Jeremy literally is uncomfortable. Why are you so uncomfortable? That's both these can be true.
Well, I think that. I still think that's possible, but now
I'm not doubting that the person that said that the DJ Hed does not believe that or feels that they have evidence to substantiate that. But I still stand on what I said.
Your source
I
is
stand
trusted.
100%. I stand 10 toes down. I'm not changing for nobody. Bloomberg, my colleague, my loving, respected colleague to my side, on my left, on my far, far left. I'm standing where I'm standing. So let the people decide. Let the mystery continue. All we know is Kendrick Lamar Duckworth is going to be touching that
Coast.
stage in 2025.
West Coast.
Okay, I've been wanting to.
Shout out to the NOLA.
I know we gotta go soon, but I've
Shout
been
out to the
wanting to
Nola.
ask this all week. I did hear some. I did do some journalism. Okay. No, I know you gotta go. We can continue this next week, but I do want to pose the theory. I heard from a credible source, but not someone directly involved.
It's some shit I can't answer.
No, not necessarily.
Okay, go ahead.
So there's the one line that keeps me up at night. Okay, I can't sleep because there's one line. There's one line in Not Like Us.
Fucked up the game.
It keeps ringing off in my head where Kendrick said, "You did Cole foul. I don't know why you still pretending." Okay. Now I don't think that was just dragging J. Cole into the beef. I don't think that that's what that meant. And I keep thinking, what could that mean? What could that
Where's
mean?
this line from? What line is
Not
that?
Like Us. You did Cole foul. I don't know why you still pretending.
Okay.
OVO. What is it? Okay.
Bird niggas or bird bitches?
Right. So there was somebody told me this. So the first person shooter rumor that we initially heard, right, was that they all were going to be on the song, or that there was a feature request to Kendrick, because there is the bar where he says, I'm surprised you wanted the feature request. We got some shit to address. But this theory would mean that bar was about something else, because in this theory, allegedly, Drake and Cole are talking about first person shooter. Okay. And Drake says to Cole, we should get Kendrick on this. And Drake says,
You said Cole says to Drake we should get Kendrick,
no,
or Drake
says to Cole,
Got you.
we should get Kendrick on this song.
Okay.
It would be great. It'd be us three. This would be amazing. He says, Cole, I got it. I've been talking to Dot. We've been meaning to do some shit. I'll send him the song. I'll send him the song. So Drake says to Cole, I'm gonna send him the song, and never does. Kendrick never receives the feature request at all. And Drake says to Cole, Dot didn't want to do it, but we should still put the song out. me and you will still be on first person shooter.
I like
maybe
this.
we
This is
do.
fun. I like
maybe
this.
we do this on another song, but right now he has some other shit going on.
What would be the reason why Drake wouldn't send it to him? Because it was Cole's idea and he didn't really want to agree with it, and he faked him out.
So I don't know the reasoning. I'm just laying out this timeline of events. So Cole and Drake dropped the song, and this is why Kendrick would have said you did Cole foul, because you now bring me as Drake bring Cole into the mix of this beef where Cole says we the big three, I'm the GOAT. They're now parading on stage with the video and the Spider-Man meme, and Kendrick now is looking at this like, what the fuck is going on out there? And never heard about it.
Because Cole thinks that Dot passed on it?
Passed on it.
He decided to pass on it.
Yeah, he just decided to pass on it.
Okay.
And in that case, Kendrick's looking at like what's happening. Now he looks at Drake like, are you going to tell Cole that you didn't actually tell me about this song and now you brought him into this? Is there any truth to this rumor?
You looking at me?
Yeah, my trusted source from the West.
I don't have knowledge of this, but
could that be possible?
I definitely think it's possible.
Yeah, because I think it's possible too, because my theory would always be that if anyone's going to reach out to Kendrick, it would be Cole. For the better, if you really wanted him on the song, if you really wanted the whole three of us together, I would assume that if people could speak to each other, I feel like Kendrick would be more receptive of Cole. But again, it's also Drake's record, so.
But the only question I have about that is why wouldn't Cole then be like to Kendrick, "Yo, I heard you didn't want to do this song," or maybe he did, and Kendrick said, "I don't know what you're talking about. I never got the song."
I think it's a possibility, but the Canadian bro, I think he's definitely strategic and manipulative and conniving in a way to do something like that. I don't put it past him at all.
I was like,
because of the things that I know that he does behind the scenes, I could see. You
mentioned that last week.
I could see him doing stuff like that,
like sending someone a rat emoji when he's not a rat.
No, I'm talking about real shit. I'm not talking about like that. That's some bullshit that he sent you. I'm talking about like he does things that lets me know that he's not really of this, because if he were, he wouldn't move like that.
Is that why he called him a manipulator twice, I think.
He's very good at manipulation.
He's a strategic guy.
He's very strategic, very manipulative, very interesting guy, as one of the homies would say.
Interesting guy. Weird is the word.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know him personally, never had a conversation with him, but the things that he's done specifically that I'm aware of in around the people that I know for sure is like, if you were like, you wouldn't even do shit like that.
I don't know if I'll take that as a compliment.
What is that? Why would you say that?
I don't know if I
what do you say fuck JB for?
Yeah, because I think that means that you said that I would do some things, but I wouldn't even do
So
what I'm saying is
he's a worse person than Drake? That's what
I'm saying
like.
is you
should
would do
apologize
things,
to this man.
No, you would do things that you were unaware that you were doing.
Oh, got it. Because
you wouldn't intentionally, maliciously do something to infringe on someone's.
Yeah, me being like a white Canadian, I might be unaware of something.
First degree foulness.
Yeah,
exactly.
Got it.
But when you kind of know, it's like, you shouldn't really move like that. I don't know if you know that or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I guess both of those can't necessarily be true, because of the argument that he's so unaware and out of it, he wouldn't be less. Okay, so then he's more, it would be more manipulation than like vulture.
Which is why I don't put it past this theory.
There we go. I just wanted to bring it
accountability
up.
spotlight.
I don't have any accountability this week. If you guys do
spotlight, I want to spotlight to Coyote. If you haven't gotten that album, go listen to the Coyote album. I got their T on right now.
The whole Big Free attended their concert.
The Yotes, go get that official merch.
He got no love for us. You see, I said the whole Big Free attended the concert.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Head was on stage.
Oh yeah,
speaking Spanish.
Yeah. I was on stage.
What did you say to the Spanish folks? You want to share?
I just said, "What's up?" Like, what the fuck is up? I said, "¿Qué onda, way?" It's like, what the fuck is up? Like, what's up?
¿Qué onda, way?
¿Qué onda, way?
Is that good, Alex?
Alex, did he say it properly? Can you say it one more time with it?
It's Mexican slang.
Can you say it with some authority, like you did on stage?
Huh?
Can you give us a feel of how you said it on stage? Like,
I was saying what's up, like, and they was just dead, and they was like, "Yo, what's up? Y'all from LA? What's up?" And they was just like, I'm like, "¿Qué onda, way?" And they was like, "Hey."
They went crazy for that, yeah. They lit up.
Speak to us in our language, DJ.
It's not even that. It's just that, like, I'm from the East Side, bro. We speak that. But
Yeah, shout out to them though.
so like shout out to the Coyotes, man. I think Coyote for Hire. Go follow them on all platforms. They got an amazing movement. Their stage and their presence is fire. Like they're performers. They're hitting their vocals on stage. They got costume changes. They're Mexicans, bro. They was building the set themselves and painting it and shit. Like they Mexicans for real, bro.
Is that offensive?
What you mean? First of all, let's be honest. Nobody works harder in California than Mexicans.
Facts.
I don't give a fuck what you say. So like that's just what it is.
California would not be the same.
Bro,
It wouldn't even be
California. Anyway, shout out to the Mexican homies. Go get that album and tap into Coyotes.
They were fire. Yeah, I was just watching certain people take their craft extremely seriously, and they definitely surprised me at how seriously they took every aspect of the live show. Their costume changes, their branding, their on stage logos and backdrops and videos to intro, even just having you intro it, like every aspect was thought out of their performance. And so I'm a big fan of the Yotes. I also want to give a spotlight to King Los, who dropped a fire song on Instagram. I think it might be on streaming now. It's definitely on YouTube, but it's God Said It, I Didn't. And he is spitting on there. Message, lyricism, but I do think he did a good job of making it a hook still, making it a good song. It's palatable, but I think he's one of the best rappers of all time with the pen. So I think it's deserves more spotlight.
I want to spotlight fellow podcaster Wallow, best-selling book, Armed with Good Intentions. Author now.
I got to get
Put some
that
respect
book.
on his name. I got to get it also.
I'm about to buy it right now.
And I want to shout out his co-writer, Rocky Thunder. I know him for a while back.
My nigga Wallow.
And a lot of times authors don't credit their co-writers and the people behind the scenes. And Rocky Thunder helped him with the book a lot. And it's great to see her get it credit also. New York Times bestseller, man. Shout out to Wallow.
I just bought the book, Wallow.
Wow.
There we go.
Instant. Look at the internet. How could you hate the internet?
Elliott Wilson don't like the internet. I fuck with it.
85% of we proved today in this episode that 85-90% of the internet y'all seeing every day is bullshit. But y'all enjoy it.
Oh, and I love the fact that Armed with Good Intentions on Wallow. I love the fact that
a PDF of additional.
He did the audiobook too, right? Yeah,
audio.
His voice.
Nice.
If you with
his voice though, his voice.
He read the audiobook. If you are not Jason Lee, if you are not,
what did Jason Lee do?
Because I'm still waiting on my audiobook. If you're recording book, Jason, no, that's my bro. But if you are putting out books, God damn it. If you are putting out books and not putting an audio version of your book out, you are doing yourself a disservice.
No, the worst is people do audiobooks and they don't do their own voice, and it sounds
50
it doesn't
cents,
work.
50
like Rick
cents.
Ross, one of Rick Ross books doesn't have Rick Ross's voice.
I know.
After every chapter.
Please put out audio versions of your books.
That's a lot of hard work, though.
I don't give a fuck.
DJ Hed needs to listen to your voice.
I need to hear the audio. I'm not finna sit and thumb through a book, champ. I'm gonna be in the car listening to the game. West Coast.
Facts.
Yeah, orator.
Hey, I think this comment is a perfect way to close this episode full circle.
And I didn't say, what the fuck do they be saying I say?
Does that make sense?
Does that make sense? Didn't say it the whole episode, kiss my black ass.
I said it yesterday. I said in DJ Hed voice. Okay, this is Colors High 782 said best hip hop podcast. Certified Cover Boy is hilarious. DJ Hed always calculated, and Elliott is the veteran who always has a point. ... No Diddy.
Thank you. Appreciate the love. Oh, yeah. And I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to kiss my black ass. I didn't mean this. I got this Christ-like California hat on from Miles Minute. I apologize in advance. You know what I'm saying?
Miles Minute commented fire emojis under my bars on Instagram. I'm just saying that was the only cosign
I didn't listen to your rap.
I know you didn't. No, I know you didn't.
You know I didn't?
Because you would have had something to say.
Really?
I think you would have liked it.
I'm gonna listen to
You
it.
didn't love it, but I think you'd like it.
I'm gonna listen to it.
Okay. All right. Get to it next week.
The bigger picture.
All right.
Yo, everybody, my baby bro, we here. Tomorrow it's time. It's time. What you gonna do to that thing, man? Yeah, they better tune in. They better tune in. Let's go.
No Diddy. Oh man, that was a deep one.
That was a good app.